Although some of the things you guys said are way worse than what I'd come up with. I feel like you should know some of the stuff you guys have, I had to read because of you guys. I don't know. I don't know about that one, you know? Questionable. Very questionable, you know? But yeah, like, it's weird because like I'm doing, like, the only time I've mainly had to do this sort of stuff for is for you guys. And like, this is pretty much as far as you can get from an office job ever, right? Like, kind of the opposite, right? This will be better than AI. Oh yeah. Oh, Kobe, I don't know about that. We got a few quotes in here that I think would maybe hint otherwise. Can't remember any of my answers. That was kind of the point. Like, it's been enough time. You guys can be like, ooh, you know, nailed the spice blend on my instant ramen. Yum. Imagine not thinking before your type. Couldn't be me. High five, Meg. High five. All right. Has it been 5 minutes? Have we given Sukai the attempt to get her? To be fair, there's like a 2-second intro and then questions, right? So, you know, we maybe got time? Maybe? Oh yeah, I'm a big Megs fan. Big fan. Get along like a house on fire and maybe we can burn the bridges as well while we're at it. Outside of work hours. You don't need to make me think. This is just fun for you. Also, all right, so we'll start now. Hopefully, Sukai gets back, and we'll be good. So, welcome chat to Q1 survey results. I gave you guys a survey to do. It had 30 questions. Most of you did some of the questions. Some of you did all the questions, but most of you didn't. But you know what? It's the thought that counts. Participation is appreciated. Not required. So, I appreciate you tuning in today for this, right? So if you've not been to one of these before, here's the premise. I write funny survey for you guys. You fill out the survey, right? I make a really fucking long PowerPoint. We talk. You didn't participate in the PowerPoint because you didn't know or you're new or something like that, you can just answer it when it shows on screen because all of chat are gonna do that anyway. And if you're new here and you didn't get a chance to participate, that's fine. Just put your answer in chat. You know, don't spoil your answer before it shows up, however, right? Magilla, thank you so much for giving stuff to Tabby, who's away. Good morning, Tabby. They're back, they're here, you've made it. Yeah, point number 4, yaps, very important. I didn't do was share a picture of my forks because they look uncomfy, but I swear they go, that was the point! I wanted to see them! That was the point! You know? Magilla, thank you so much for giving us the Pastel Sparkles. You can't escape in the ads now, Pastel. You got no time, alright? You got no time to procrastinate. You are gonna be locked the fuck in, alright? No ads, no escape, right? Locked in. I threatened my motive at knife point. Didn't do a fork picture either. Those are my secrets. I see. Pascal no, I didn't say that. I said Pastel Sparkles. But you know what? Pascal Sparkles is a great, you know, what? Where did you even get that from? I have no recollection of this question. That's okay. I forgot about the fork thing. That's okay. I'll forgive you eventually. Okay? I'll forgive you eventually. You said it. I didn't. I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what you're on about. But yeah, so if you didn't fill it in, you can tell us stuff in chat. Yeah, that's it. Woo! Okay, let's go. Let's go. Are we ready, chat? Are we ready? How are we feeling? Okay, actually, I want 1 point here. We're doing important business. Oh, 100%, Laura. Important business. How are you feeling right now on a scale of 1 to 10? Just put a number in chat. How are you feeling right now? You know? Number between 1 and 10. How are we feeling? I'm seeing some good numbers. You know? This is NPS scaling. 1, I'm assuming you're shit. 10's good. 10 good, 1 bad, right? Somewhere in the middle. Also, now is your opportunity. Last minute, get a snack, get a drink, anything, all right? We're locked in now, all right? But how are you feeling right now? And it seems like on average, you guys are doing average. Love that. Excellent. Great news, chat. So, Here we are. Question 1 of the survey. Yeah. Question 1. I lied? How could you? How could... Unbelievable. I'm doing great. Well, I'll accept it. I'll accept it. You know, maybe it wasn't a lie. Maybe it was just a misinput into the chat room. You know? Maybe. Gonna miss some because the reception's down in the park by the beach is bad. Uh-oh. Good luck. Thought I'd better be honest now the meeting has started. I do appreciate your honesty. However, I do expect us to have a chat after this. Alright? Do expect us to have a chat. Mine's only 4 because I had a whole tub of Ben & Jerry's. It was a little too much. Aren't you lactose intolerant? What? You know? Aren't you lactose intolerant? What? Also, yes, what flavor? Corporate honesty? What is this? We'll talk about that later, alright? It was a dairy-free one. Okay, that makes it slightly better, but still it clearly wasn't enough, right? Okay, so, chat, are we ready? Question 1. Doors. They're a thing I think most of us are relatively familiar with. You know, a door, a thing that opens and closes, it's connected to a doorway, there's multiple of them in your house. Right? This is the first question. This is the first question. Doors. Right? You know? I mean, I think doors are pretty easy to, what is a door? What isn't a door? I think that's a pretty easy concept, you know? So my question was, slightly different language, how many damn doors do you have in your house? Chat? How many damn doors do you have in your house? And I did not think that this was going to be a difficult question, but the second I put the survey out, chat was like, you know what, you did not define what a door is. And I thought, me writing the survey, if I asked you how many doors are in your house, you'd be like, doors? Yeah, that's a door. There's this many. I really didn't think it was going to be a difficult question. You should have known. No, I didn't know. I asked like 2 or 3 people and nobody said, oh, streamer, did you know in your survey, when you asked how many doors there are in the house, I'm going to include the cupboards and the dog door? You know? No, I did not think that. I did not at all. I thought a door you walk through as a person, that's a door. That's a door. A physical door, not doorways. So a double door would be 2 doors, right? And then we had a discussion in chat. That's what I'm asking. They're clearly doors, aren't they? But why would you include them? If I ask you how many doors are in your house, you think I want to know about your dog doors? Maybe I do. Maybe I do, but I didn't include that in the question because I wasn't expecting it. It was an unexpected, you know, variable that I did not account for, that chat would try and include anything that's kind of like a door or a door shape, you know? Also, if a door is a door, like this door, right? But then it has a dog door embedded in the door, is that 2 doors or 1 door, chat? What's the answer? It's the same opening, but is it 2 doors? It's part of the other door. Look at the dictionary definition. Okay, dictionary. Door. Here we go. A hinged, sliding, or revolving barrier at the entrance to a building, room, or vehicle in the framework. Wait, the framework of a cupboard. Does it have to be in a cupboard? That makes it sound like it has to be in a cupboard. Surely not. Wait, is a room just a really large cupboard? If that's the definition? No, but your car is not in your house, Hula. Your car is not in your house. Right? This meeting is going great. It's fine. It's fine. It's a discussion. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Crystal, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome in. What if the... But is your garage part of your house? Is your garage part of your house? Can we do the other type of meeting? What do you mean? Rodriguez, thank you for the 72 months. Let's look at the other definitions. Does that clear anything up? What are the definitions?
Is this a door? Right pointing finger emoji, butterfly.
No, that's a butterfly. The TTS bots knows it. Thank you. I pay taxes on it and store my Christmas tree in it, so yes. The garage door? I have a feeling we're gonna have inconsistent results, chat. when it comes to the door question. The first question, but the door question. Well, I got an access hatch to the roof, right? I got an why are you going to the roof? I just did my apartment. But I would say, if I say how many doors are in your house, it would be the realms of the confines in which you would describe as your house. And you wouldn't say the entire apartment building is your house. You would say your apartment is the house. So I think you're fine. I think you're fine. You could maybe account for a few extras. The Christmas tree. What about the Christmas tree? What did I miss? What about the Christmas tree? Did you end up with a Gaussian distribution of results, a bell curve? I gave you, well, you'll find out. You know what, you'll find out. No spoilers. No trying to skip ahead, okay? Hold your horses, all right? Hold your horses. If sliding doors count, are sliding windows also doors? Up to interpretation? Up to interpretation. I was talking about the physical door. Well, see, I only know that word as in Gaussian blur, which is a great tool for blurring, and I used it in this PowerPoint. The minutes for this meeting are very difficult to write. Don't worry about it. Have you ever tried to hold a horse? I don't want to be near a horse. I don't want to be near a horse at all. And why? What does a horse have anything to do with doors? How did we get from horses to... Guys, doors. Where did you get horses from? Why are there horses here? Yeah, but you gotta realize, Iris, I failed the stats unit like at least once. So stats, not my finest hour, okay? P-values, R-values, that's the stuff I'm familiar with. Gaussian, well, I don't fucking know, all right? It's been a while. You know, a horse is the door to the soul? What? A horse is pronounced like gosh and not horse? I don't know. Hold on, I'll look it up for us. It's another word where I've just read it as Gaussian blur. I don't actually know. Hold on. How to say.
Gaussian.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm not doing that. What's the American one?
Gaussian.
I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. It's Gaussian. I'm not saying it any other way. I've been using Photoshop since I was young, and I've always said it in my brain that way. I'm not saying it any different. I don't give a fuck. That sounds wrong. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not saying it any different. Too damn bad, all right? In this chat room, Gaussian blur, all right? Or Gaussian bell curve, or whatever the hell you were saying. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. No. You're trouble. Yeah, what do you mean? No, not next slide. Okay? No, I'm not done yet. All right? Anyway, where did the horses come from? That's what I'm confused by. Can we roll back the tape? Where did the horses come from? Why are we talking about horses? Well, you gotta realize chat's going kind of fast. Chat's going kind of fast. You said to hold our horses. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Thank you. You've got to listen. I'm reading chat. You guys are talking way faster than usual, okay? You're talking way faster. You're yapping faster, okay? I'm trying to keep up, but I'm also thinking about the doors, and I'm thinking about horses and Christmas trees, okay? There's a lot of things to store in my brain at once, and I do have ADHD, so I am trying my best to lead this meeting, okay? And you gotta be nice. Do you think the next slide's the answer? You think the next slide's the answer? It's fucking not. It's people complaining. I asked for statistics, and chat goes, you think I own a house? What do you mean? That's not the question, was it? I didn't say, do you own a house? That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. I said, how many, you know, in the place you live, the house you live, how many doors are there, right? And someone goes, you think I own a house? What's this? You know? I'm not doing this. Where'd you get that photo of me? And it's like, yeah, the place you live. The assumption is not that you have to own the house, it's the place you live, okay? You need to learn to read between the lines for the context that the streamer didn't know she needed to include. Also, all of my questions from now on are now gonna have to have 50 caveats, because otherwise, I'm never gonna get a straight answer from you guys, all right? You should have said home. Well, I'm sorry, I can't travel back in time and change the survey. If I'm homeless, do I have to count all the doors to the city? No, you'd probably just say none right now, streamer. I'm very sorry. There are no doors under my bridge. Well, then you'd say none. You know? I am not prepared for the amount of different ways that you guys interpret my questions. I try my best, but do you know how hard it is? I had no idea your brains would read this in such a different way to me. I'll take on the feedback. I will take on the feedback. Your feedback will be considered. Okay? You know, ask better questions. Write better answers. Write better answers, okay? Touch on writing user stories for the queue. What does that even mean? I'm a streamer. I barely can make a PowerPoint. What do you mean? There's no HR. You know, they don't exist. Answers were well reasoned. We are not the problem. I don't know. I don't know if I agree, because then the next point, right? The next point I go to look at the answers to collate the survey and I get, oh, do windows count as doors? Well, it's called a window. But chat has made, since then, a pretty good argument, right? A pretty good argument for windows being doors. But I will say, saying do windows count as doors when they're two different words, one is window, one is a door, they are two different things, right? Just putting it out there. Windows count, I need to revise my answer. Chat, the current chat who is here, do windows count as doors? For you, yes or no? Do windows count as doors? Yes or no? Yes or no? That's all I want, yes or no? You can't go maybe, yes or no? You guys are all sitting on the fence, or in this case, a window. Don't fall off. Haven't been in Discord for a while, huh? Don't worry, Sal, don't worry. Don't worry about it, alright? Although you probably should join for the next survey, because we'll do another one in like 3 months. Are French doors or windows? Remind me what a French door is. I'm gonna have to Google it, aren't I? I'm gonna have to Google.
I've got motion blur.
French door.
Huh?
No, that's a door. It's a door shape. It just also has windows. That's fine. It says door. It says door. You're good. Okay. You're good. You never say close the door about the window. I agree, Stel. I agree. However, the rest of chat believes that anything can be a door if you fit through it. You know. So the classification of door in this chat room, you know, it's all over the place. Inconsistent. French doors can only be French doors if they come from the France region of France. Okay. What are they called when not from France? Glass doors, maybe? Glass window pane doors? So thank you for the biddies. Thank you also for the biddies. Not the motion blur. Alright, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate it. Oh, Mr. Hype Train. Eyes are the window to the souls, which are now a door. I mean, eyes are kind of like a doorway to the brain sometimes, if you think about it. Like, if your pupils are like really blown, maybe you have a brain bleed. Maybe, okay, you know, I'll accept it. I don't think you should be counting eyes though, but this is beside the point. Yeah. Anything's a door if you're brave enough. I'm scared. That's not the saying. It's too damn bad. I make my own sayings. I don't know what that means, Chili. I don't know what that means. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the biddies. All right, eyes are the window to the soul, but then you guys said windows are doors, so there's a doors, right? They're also doors. Thank you for the sub, which I can't. Howling Dogs Anonymous. Thank you. Not the doorway to the brain. Why not? Why not? At this point, you guys are just saying words, so I feel I can also just say words. Why can't the eyes be the door to the brain? You know, I just it's fine. It's fine. That is the reason why we have to put contains peanuts on a jar of goddamn peanut butter. Sure. I mean, you also have to put it contains tree nuts and everything else it's processed with, but you know what? Sometimes it's better to have the warning or not. Because sometimes people pick stuff up and just look for the warning and don't read the front of it. Megillah, thank you so much for giving us up to Stel. Yeah, no, sorry, Chili. I was like, that is undecipherable. I haven't got a clue. If windows count as doors, then do louver windows count too? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Then my mouth is the door to my stomach. That's a good point. That's a good point. You know? Thanks. That's a very good point. Thank you for the 82 biddies. 69%. Very nice. We have 170 slides to go. Are we on slide? We're on slide 8. This is slide 8. If that helps. But yes, we do have 176 slides. So, you know, this is slide 8. We're getting that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. The whole point is we get to yap. You guys want me to leave already? You're not going to see me for 2 weeks. You want this to be a good yap session, okay? I planned this for you. I spent 2 whole days working on this, and that's a lot more time than I spend working on most things. All right? Like, a lot of work, actually. It's quite a lot of work, actually. You know? So, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Also, yeah, what is a louver window? I don't know. Does it open? Does it open and close, or is it a static window? That's your question, because if it swings open like a door, sure. All right? You know? See you next fall. I can fall over the treadmill. Does that mean you'll come back? No way. I could focus for 2 days on most topics. I can focus a little bit better than I used to be able to, but still. Okay, so, anyway. So we had a good question of, well, at least one. So I am picturing that some of you live in a house that I would have designed in The Sims. You know? I am picturing, like, some of you guys are living in, like, a little tiny home. Little tiny home. You have one door, maybe, sometimes none. You know, you're doing your best. And does this look like your house, chat? Does this look like your house? Does this look about right? You know, neat shack. Minecraft house? Yeah, one door. That's it. That's all you get. That's a bit expensive. Nice invert effect on that one. Thank you. No door between the toilet. Rough living. That's the tiny home life. You know, looks about what you deserve. I'd take this right now. I'd be fine with this. Maybe less windows. I'd actually want less windows. You know, if this, you know, because like, there's almost too many windows to wall ratio, now I think about it. And, I don't know, it's too much. It's too much. Anyway, you guys really want results, right? So I put the results into Excel so I could give you guys the results, right? Yeah? To find out how many doors chat have in their house, or where they live, or where they don't live, because honestly, who knows at this point. But then I realized I don't know how to use Excel. So if this means anything to you, do let me know. I don't know what that's meant to mean. You got any idea? What this means? Because I got nothing for you, chat. I was like, you know what? Great job, Excel. What is this? What is that? Why is this here? Like, is it the bird near your window? It kind of looks like this. Okay? It does kind of look like that, actually. I don't know. Excel was like, I'll make you a recommended graph. And I pressed the button and it made this. I feel like this is what you, like, you know, you're trying to write a, what's it called? You're trying to write like a clock, and you're having a really bad time with like the visualization part of your brain. You know what I mean? Hurts me so much I'm actually dying. Don't worry, I fixed it. Well, I didn't fix this. My version of fixing this was like, I've had enough, right? But I did try. You know, you have free choice. Yeah, but if I had to see this, so did you. Right? Like, if I had to see this, so did you, chat. I'm sorry. But I looked at that and went, what the fuck? And now you guys have looked at that and gone, what the fuck? All right. However, as a nice treat, okay, I gotta find my scroll wheel, hold on. As a nice treat, the streamer did indeed put it a little differently, okay? I tried to make sense of this nonsensical graph and I got nowhere. It got worse. It got worse. Also, why are the 1 and the 20 like away from the thing, you know? We are still on the first question hour. Welcome back. You know what I mean? It got worse. It got worse. But then it got better because I went back to like my high school brain and I went, you know what? Mean, mode, average, whatever the fuck, I'll do it myself, okay? So here are your results for question 1, okay? Kobe, please don't bring buttholes up at the Q1 meeting, okay? We will have to talk about this later, okay? We will have to talk about this later, okay? Pastel said it first. Pastel, we're already talking after the meeting, but I'll see the two of you, all right? No passing notes. All right. So, the results that you guys really wanted, maybe. How many doors does chat have in their house? On average, about 14 doors. The lowest number that was an actual answer was 3. The highest that someone put was 56, right? All right. I gotta work with what I got. I don't know who put 56 doors in, but they told me that didn't show up in your cursed graph. I don't know. Why do you think I had to do this? I don't know what the cursed graph was doing. Don't ask me, okay? And I do assume whoever put 56, right? I think the average was like the whatever it was, 6 or 7, by the way. Whatever the other funny number is, 6 or 7. Removing outliners is a part of data cleaning. However, do I look like I do actually like tidying up, but that's beside the point. I ain't doing that. I'm not a data analysis. I'm someone who fucks around in Photoshop and puts the funny answers in front of you, okay? I'm not doing any of that. I'm doing my best, okay? I would love to know who put 56, and I could look up who put 56 as an answer. However, I don't want to bully that person, okay? I do assume if you see someone who says they included their cupboards, you know, surely, you know, like it's just not, this person who works at the Monsters Inc. factory, maybe. I'm not door shaming chat. I'm not. You don't have to, we'll do it for, we don't know. Anonymous person with 56 doors in their house. I didn't bother to visualize 14 doors because I thought it was funnier to see 3 and 56. You know? I just thought it was funnier that way. To be completely honest with you. Do you guys have a different number? Like if you in chat had a different number, do you think you have around 14 doors in your house? You know? We had above 30 without cupboard doors being included. No. About that? How are we defining a door? I don't know at this point. Do you? Not the cupboards. As you know what? Maybe we should. Maybe we shouldn't. I can't remember what I said, but I did troll. I have 40, including cupboards. You have 40. Damn. Counted 6, but 7. One's out of service. Does a door is still a door, even if it's not working, right? You know. Fridge door, microwave door. Again, my way of defining a door was a door that you as a person can go through on a doorway. You know, you can fit through it. It's in your house, but you know what? It's fine. I don't think it's openable, but is the physical door still there? Because then it would count. No wardrobes, shower doors, or cupboards. 15 doors if a double counts as 2. Yes. 2 doors on one doorway, 2 doors. You said door. Yes. Well, whatever. The door doesn't have to be open. The door doesn't have to be functional. You should have specified. I didn't think I needed to. I didn't think I needed to. 19, solely counting doorway doors. The side of my PC case is on a hinge. Can you fit inside it? Ian, can you fit inside it? I did think, but I didn't think about that, okay? I put a lot of thinking into this because I would have a random thought and I'd have to run back to my desk and I'd have to write in my little funny, you know, Google sheet, all right? You know? I thought a lot. I just didn't think about the things that you were thinking about, clearly. Different kind of brains, different kind of thinking. Yep. Originally didn't create the screen door and regular door in external doorways. Kept thinking doorways. I'm sorry, Ian. I'm sorry. Okay. Can I come over to my place? Or, oh, Narnia? You're to Narnia? Okay, have fun. Have a good time. The door is not there anymore. It hasn't been there for years. I genuinely never noticed it was there. Okay, it was gone. The door's gone. The door's gone. Alright. You don't want to visit? I get it, Pastel. I get it. I mean, I'm not going to be here, so why would you want to visit? You know? You can say hi to the dog. That might be nice. You know? I'm not inviting you. I'm not. You're my boss. It's a good point. It's a good point. It's a weird relationship, you know? Chat is the doorway to hell. That's fair. That's fair. Alright, so now, do we have any door-related thoughts? Right? Or can I go on to, like, get your door-related thoughts out now. Anything else related to doors you want to get off your chest, alright? Before we move on. Side panel of a computer case. I would say it doesn't count. Don't let you on the way to the next question. I can mentally count 45 doors. Okay. My brain is empty of doors, no windows, no one say anything. Door to door to door to door, door to door to door to door, door to door to door. Nice. Please don't get the door off my chest, you'll expose my pacemaker. Uh-oh. I thought this question was adorable. Nice. Pain. Just actually just pain. You said the word doors so much it's lost all meaning. I'm sorry. Oh, we lost the hype train. I think Biden's never gonna get their emote. Sorry, Biden. I've never thought this deeply about doors. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I've enjoyed this question thoroughly. I'm glad. A mind palace. Do those doors count? I don't know. I don't know. There's a joke in here. Door to door same. Slams your door. Doormantic door. Fuck, I can't even do it anymore. Alright, so in a very different change of pace for the second question. Oh, how exciting. How exciting. Right? We have a new question. A new question. Completely different like thread of thought, you know? By your definition, a window could be a door. I know. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Probably slightly less controversial question. Do you like eating fish? And you guys had some options for this question. You had some options. You know. Options? Define fish. I'm not doing that. I asked, do you like eating fish? Yes or no? Or if you do like eating fish, is it just like one kind of fish? Right? Or is it just like you eat like what? Like you eat tuna in a can maybe? And no other fish? Or is it like you like eating fish or you don't like eating fish? Do you know what I mean? Should I get fish and chips tomorrow? Live your best life. Is shrimp a fish? I'm no question. No, I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I don't know. The Vatican says beaver and capybara are fish. What? Capybara doesn't even look like a fish. It's not even close. Pescatarian question right after the philosophy of doors. I'm sorry. Seafood generally, or the question was, do you eat fish? Do you like eating fish? Yes, no, one type, okay? You see, you say I really suck at this, but I really think we are having a very good discussion with chat. You know, and it's prompting some really good questions from the community. And so I think that is valuable, despite your, you know, slight rude tone to me in chat, you know? I think we're doing okay. I need someone to shoot me. No, you're fine, Dashy. You're fine. Hello, Queen. How's it going? You know? What is MCQ? The Vatican also believes the chicken came first, so it can't be trusted. You aren't having a discussion, not open to a single idea. You just protest and rebut. That is incorrect, okay? I have been open to the weird window thing, okay? You know? The window being a door, the Christmas tree, the horses. It's fine. We're doing great. Who is this person eating tin tuna cooked by a laser shrimp beam? I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. So my question is, chat, what do you think is the biggest answer? Like, so we've got, do you like eating fish? Yes, no, and one type of fish. What do you think the like majority of chat sits in? Which basket? One type, yes, no, yes. Are you telling me I shouldn't laser fry this tuna? Maybe. Love the word art, thank you. It's only gonna get better from here. These are the starting slides. This is what I started with and it gets worse. Which is pretty neurospicy. I don't know if I like the word neurospicy anymore, not gonna lie, chat. I don't like it anymore, but yes, you are correct. Probably one type. Interesting. Interesting. So, results are in. You guys actually kinda like fish. Wow, 69%. You like eating fish. Big fish enjoyers. Yeah. Yeah. You guys like eating fish? You know? Well, you know, that's something. I don't even remember how I answered this one. I'm definitely mostly in the yes, but only one specific type because I like tuna and I don't really like, I'm not really a big fish enjoyer. Like I will eat fish, but I like tuna. And I can state that because literally the only thing I had for lunch today was a small tin of tuna with a little bit of Kewpie and hot sauce. And that's all I had time for. Chat or cat? What? No, I asked chat. I asked chat this question. The cats could participate if they wanted to. I wouldn't want to go fishing because anytime I think about someone going fishing, all I can think of is someone like pulling the reel back and the little hook getting stuck in their face. And I just don't want to think about that. And so I will not go fishing. I also don't like hot weather. And I also don't like being in big open bodies of water with nothing else around. So I'm good. I'll stay on the land, thank you. For now, at very least. You know, women fish me. Want me fish. I'm having a stroke. What? Oh god, Pastor, what? But yes, anyway, you're welcome for the thoughts I have on fishing. I'm very sorry about that. Keep the hooking out of the mind cinema. I'm sorry. Pastel, Doctor, uh-oh. Most food fish is caught in nets. Yeah, not everything in this presentation is a butthole. Yep, that's an unexpected meeting note getting added to the written document. That's fine, don't worry about it. Fresh fish is incredibly different than canned and frozen, so I can see people from interior regions not liking fish. Like, oh, 100%, 100%. For those of you who've joined me in the, I kind of only really like one kind of fish, and if you are here, what is that kind of fish? Like, do I have other tinned tuna enjoyers? You know? You're already seeing me after the meeting. What worse could I say? Don't know. Salmon? Ooh, anchovies? But do you eat anchovies like as anchovies, or are they like mushed up and stuff as like a flavor enhancer kind of thing? You know? Barramundi shrimp? I read that before I heard the question. Oh, okay. Well, I would have just put flake, but not a lot of it. Dried anchovies? Again, bet I don't know. Don't ask me. You know? Inoffensive fish like salmon, gar, and whiting. Several kinds of fish, but it's rare to be in a fish mood. Maybe 10% of the time I want to eat fish. And probably like a 1%. Although tuna is helpful. 4-day food poisoning of bad fish pie, and I've never been the same since. That's why I can't eat arancini. I can't eat arancini anymore. Not doing it. Can't do it. Worst food poisoning of my life. Yep, not doing it. Supposed to be leading this meeting. Make a decision. Is shrimp fish? I don't know. I don't have the required information to call that, okay? You know, we can put that in the follow-up meeting. I got nothing for you, okay? What's arancini? It's like a rice bowl deep fried thing? With something with cheese in the middle or something in the middle, right? If you find the right place in Japan, you can have shots of little fish and alcohol. A, don't really drink anymore. And B, yuck. No, thank you. We are gonna go to a fish market, and I'm like, cool, great. I'll let you guys do that. But poison from fried pumpkin? No, it was from the rice, I think, but I got norovirus. I was really unwell. Like, probably should have gone to hospital unwell. That's live fish? That's even worse. Fish market, yeah. How much food to eat? No. Because A, I would vomit before I would eat it. Like, I can't do that. Not happening. Not enough money, right? We're probably not going to be up that early, so they just want to see it. So, you know, I doubt we're going to be there that early, you know? One of the fish markets that have sushi? Probably. Yeah, my concern's about the smell. My concern about the smell. Rice is pretty usual for food poisoning. Yeah, so we got it from a restaurant. And then we put the leftovers in the fridge. And then I had the leftovers for lunch the next day. And then I got very ill for over a week. And probably should have gone to hospital. And hit my head pretty badly. So, whoopsies. It's the sickest I've been in my life, I think. You know? Yeah, Tsukiji Fish Market, Ian. It was really bad. Like, really bad. Like, again, you know, I don't want to eat arancini anymore, you know? Generally don't. Well, leftover rice, I feel like if I've made it and I know how long it's been around, absolutely fine. Leftover rice in something from something, you know what I mean? Like, from a restaurant, you don't know how long it's, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know how long they were sitting there before they came to us, and then we ate them and left them in the fridge and, you know, that kind of thing, right? Yeah, I passed out. I went to, you know, go throw up and I passed out and hit my head on the toilet and the floor. So. And then my brother had to carry me to the doctor. And I couldn't stand up. Like, it was bad. It was pretty bad. No, but again, I should have gone to hospital. I couldn't eat for like 5 days? Or 6 days? And I thrown up so much that I'd like pulled all the muscles in like the sides of my like chest. And so it hurt to breathe. And I actually thought I was gonna die. And then my godmother came over. Cause for context, our parents were in like Russia doing the like transatlantic railway thing. So like we couldn't talk to them. So our godmother came over and went, she'll be right. Kept us alive, right? But like, cause then my brother also got sick. Cause it's like, you know, airborne vapor kind of stuff that will get you on well. But yeah, that was rough. Anyway, back to fish. Russia no, there's like the railway. Is the transatlantic railway not in Russia? They were in Russia. That's all I can remember. Whatever it is. Trans-Siberian? There you go. Close enough. It's one of those. It's a train of something. It was many years ago, all right? All I remember is they were in Russia at the time, and we were like, we can't really message them because there's nothing they're going to be able to do, all right? All right. Anyway. I just don't like fish that much. I just don't like fish. A jalapeno is a hot sauce, but it's a lot. Oh, that would be worse. Oh, well, that would be worse. Ooh. Anyway, moving on from food poisoning, we have what chat likes to listen to. I asked what genres of music the chat likes, and I got a lot of interesting answers. From chat. You know, it was a little hard to collate all the information together. You guys like a lot of different noises. So I took like the top ones, basically. No, we did genres of music. You know? My answer was very basic. That's alright. It's okay, you know? Anything that sounds good. Fair enough. And yeah, if you didn't participate, feel free to tell us what you like. You know? Human music, pots and pans clashing is a good one. You know? I always link this to my answer for lols. Ooh, can I see this? Will it hover? Will it hover and tell me? It won't, because I need to agree to terms of service on Francoface again. So let's see the yearning mix on Spotify. One pan dropping on the floor intermittently over the course of an hour. Uh-oh. Only listen to William Eyelash. Who the fuck is that? I don't think I've heard Kate singing, and you won't. If I can keep it that way, you know. Do you want to guess, chat, what the top answer for chat was? The most pop. Oh, Billy. Oh, okay, sure. How was I meant to know? How was I meant to know that? You know. Why was I meant to know that? Chat, you know what I listen to for music. Oh, I asked my friend what my music taste. Hold on. I asked them the other day what my categories would be from the playlist I liked of theirs, and they said, where is it? Fuck, I should have written it. Okay, wait, hold on. I said beepy, and it said happy hardcore, nightcore, and hardstyle. Were 3 answers I got. The music I listen to, because I was like, I can't just keep saying high BPM, like beepy music. People don't know. Thing is, Ara, it doesn't help, does it? It doesn't help. You know, it really doesn't help. But you guys know what music I like listening to, and if you don't, you know, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So yeah, top genre you think is going to be at the top of the list, chat? What do you think? Gotta wait. Yeah, that's pretty much the point. Wait, what? Pretty much the point. The perception of my own taste has never been the same. Does the day list call you out? 70s disco grunge. Music that when I listen to it makes me anxious is how I describe Kate's taste. You're welcome. You're so welcome. All right. So we have at the top of the list, metal, which, you know what, when I thought about it, I was like, you know, this kind of makes sense. Because a lot of you guys in chat, when I had a good old think about it, I was like, you know what, a lot of you do bring up that you like metal, you know? Quite a few of you do. Quite a few of you I'm well aware, quite a few of you I weren't. And I was like, all right, damn, chat likes metal. Second place, pop, which, you know, I probably expected to be at the top. Now, you guys gave me a great variety of answer, right? A great variety of answers. In which you'd say like something pop or like pop something. You made it a little difficult. So you guys got a second category. So there's pop and there was pop, but it's kind of different. I lumped you guys all into that category because I didn't know what any of those things were. Mostly I knew some of them, but like, you know, so pop was people who just said pop, right? And then pop but different was everyone who said something pop something else as their answer. Okay, they're different, but I've grouped you as a category for the sake of my presentation. Okay, yeah, in third place was rock music. Glad you guys like that. I also like that you like the pictures that I chose. I just looked at the things and I went, you know what? That is what metal sounds like to me. So it's fine. You know? What, you really needed a consultant for some of these? Absolutely not. I didn't show, actually no, I showed you guys a few screenshots, but I took no feedback. I took absolutely no feedback for this. I've just been making, I mean, look, I've not had time, you know? Yeah, I've not had time. What did I do? Sleep talk? What about him? Don't make me relive the fish pie trauma. Uh-oh. Italian representation list is appreciated. Or EDM video games. It's chat's favorite game, Luigi's Mansion. Definitely not Luigi's Mansion 2, which doesn't exist. There were quite a few of you who were like, there were a few other options, but like, you know, we only had room for a few, okay? We only had room for a few, and I did my best. However, we did have a very funny second category. As I said, you've got pop, shaky, and you've got pop, but something different, and you're in that category, okay? If you put something pop, or pop something, you're in the pop but different. Yeah, that's where you are. That's your category, because there were so many. They are different. They are different, okay? I understand, but for the sake of the statistics, I grouped you in there, okay? Anyway, part 2. The other weird genres you guys liked that made me laugh. First one, top one, which I'm pretty sure was Neon, was Yalternative. It's just great. That's just a great word. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty good. Second place, Sad Acoustic Hipster, which I was like, you know what? That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Yearning R&B, don't know what it is, but you know, you're yearning out there, so you know you fit well with the Sad Acoustic Hipster. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Close enough. Whatever. Oldies, I know as a genre, but I thought it was funny. And I don't know what Alt Z is. I did Google it. I've already forgotten. I don't know what Alt Z is. I might have been the one to spell it wrong. I don't know. It could have been on either of us. I did also like a few people just put I like to listen to good music. So I put top genre, just good music. Because if it's good to you, that's what you like. So I think that sums it up pretty nicely. You know what I mean? Yeah. Getting R&B, we tried to arrange a booty call at Excel. Uh-oh. And if good music should be banned. It's fine. You know what? Don't worry about it. I want to search Sad Acoustic Hipster on Spotify. Go on. Why not? You know? Why not? Live your best life. I'm worrying about it. Okay, well you can do the worrying for the two of us, so that's great. Oh, the next question's great. You're gonna hate it though. Oh, drop your day list. Do I dare look up my day list title? I haven't even been using Spotify recently. Let's take a look. What is my day list thing today? Oh, well, not a surprise, chat. My day list for today is fast breakbeat evening. It's not really that entertaining, unfortunately. But what's yours, chat? What's yours? Main character Belter Night. Excellent. Excellent. Also, can someone look up what Old Z is again? I've forgotten. Quirky alternative night. Thanks, I hate it. Light research night. Geeky loops for this moment. Breakdown heavy Wednesday evening. Oh, I think that's Dashy's. I think you need to give that back to Dashy because I think that's his. Role-playing fantasy evening. When you're having a, you know, a minty beer and me earlier, I feel like that's the playlist for you, you know? Vocalist Belter Night. Creative Vapor Twitch Wednesday early morning. Australian Rock Cricket Night. Disassociation Drums Wednesday evening. Alternate rock, indie rock, punk rock, but specifically Gen Z. Alright, TJ, I still got no idea what that means, but sure. Unhinged alternative breakup music. Incredible style, I love it. Angry hard rock evening. Cyberpunk synthesizer Wednesday evening. I'm just saying words. Got my phone to check, I'm holding it, watching stream. Uh-oh. Might listen to this, bye. No, don't leave! I don't even know where to find. I don't care about the bad players, don't worry about it. Sad acoustic and happy hipster, but not sad acoustic hipster. Well, I'm sure they'll figure it out, you know? Emo Molgoth morning. It has pop, it has actual instruments, probably Alt Z. I have no idea. I have no idea. Alright. I think we gotta start a new discussion. Yeah. I think we gotta try a new discussion that you're gonna hate. Which is, for cooking, do you prefer using red or white onions? Now, I will admit, I made an error when I was writing this, right? Because I didn't know that there are 3 types of onions. Yeah, I did. Well, because we like in this household, right? In this household, we've used what I thought were white onions and red onions, but those are brown onions, and there are different white onions, and I didn't know. I didn't know because but I didn't know. I didn't know that. They were actually just plain white. I was all right, you know. I was like, oh, we use red onions for most things, like everything. Yeah, but I wasn't counting shallots. They're different. We're talking about the rounder onions, okay? Like you say onion, you think onion, not spring onion, green onion, whatever, right? You know, red, white, green, and none. Green, red, white, brown, right? So many onions. I can't eat any of them. All onions are good, but red. What the hell, man? Use shallots. Onions are for poor people. Unfortunately, I don't know if you've seen this goal. I am poor people. I am. I'm using red onions. I'm sorry. That's where I am. You know? I know, Richard. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I do like spring onions, but I prefer to cook them. Red onions are for salads and not for cooking. See, I just don't agree with you. I love cooking with red onions. But, however, that's all I've ever known. You know what I mean? Like, we've always cooked everything with red onions. So I didn't know growing up that I should be cooking stuff with different onions, or maybe not cooking things with red onions. I didn't know. Power is returned. Woo! Can we get a woo for Sin? Yay! Woo! You know, damn. What do you use when cooking? In which, again, okay, next time, maybe I'll you know, I'll consider it. Scylla, I really need you.
An option on this question.
Okay, understandable. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, party horn again. All right, no sentence for the streamer. I really need you to take on, Scylla, a bit of a more of a positive mental attitude. All right, for this stream, you know. The TTS was very soft. Yeah, I don't know why. Or maybe the alert was just really loud. I don't know. By the way, thank you for the biddies. Brown for cooking because cheap. Yes, but when I wrote this question, I thought brown onions were white onions. So you just gotta remember that, but that's okay. Anyway, would you like to guess the percentages here? Chat, how many people do you think preferred red onions? And how many people preferred white onions? Because it's a fun thought exercise, you know? You know? Where are you sitting? Is the question I didn't answer? That's fine. Your best Photoshop job yet? Thanks. Just you wait. Just you wait. You know? Again, in hindsight, I would have put like a different answer here in general, you know? A different answer. 20% red, 70% white, brown, read comment. Okay, yep, fair, fair. I refuse to choose, that's fine. That is an all stick pen, don't worry about it. We're sharing geology results of color. We're talking about the onions. May I have some more pixels in my pan? Do you not recognize this iconic fry pan from the wonderful indie game Arctic Eggs that you guys should all definitely go and play because it is a wonderful game? How dare you judge my fry pan's pixels, okay? You guys should all play Arctic Eggs, okay? It is an incredible game. Wonderful game. Great indie game. Slightly, more than a slightly bit weird, but it's great, alright? It's great. Hex-clad pans? Also, what's with non-stick pans and then things sticking to them? What's up with that? Like, why do things stick? Like, isn't the whole point that they're non-stick? Then they don't do that. They're like me. They don't do their job properly. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Because the coating goes shit? Is it inevitable that the coating goes shit, or is it because it's too hot? Just, oh, I'm still learning how to cook properly. You know, that's fine. Also, the pans I'm using are the pans we've had in the house for God knows how long. You know what I mean? If your food cooks on a non-stick, you've done it wrong. But if it's cooking, isn't that the aim? The game where you stress about cooking beers and cigarettes. Exactly. You aren't supposed to use spray oil on them. Love a non-stick pan until I notice the coating on my eggs. Uh-oh. Don't use metal utensils. Oh, is it apparently like the black plastic in like, you know, cooking utensils meant to be like worse or something for you than the other ones? I saw that the other day and I was like, man, like what chemicals are in the plastic? Like what, at this point, that was a myth, was it? Oh, thank God. That was debunked, thank God. Because like, I'm pretty sure all of our stuff is. And I was like, oh no. But I don't care. They fucked up on the study. That's good. Glad to know. based on I'm happy. I'm happy to know this. It was a decimal error in a science paper. Because I saw the headline and went, anyway, not going to do anything about that, right? And then I didn't see anything else. Was it a few weeks ago, whenever it was? I understand not using metal on your fry pans. That makes sense. That seems like a bad life choice, you know? Everything unsticks itself. You have to let it cook instead of trying to move it. Yeah, I think maybe my issue is impatience. Microplastic maxing? Which I couldn't have done months ago. Yeah, the thing is, I have enough like news source to hear the initial thing, but not the follow-up, unfortunately. Slightly oil your wok if it's cast iron. Oh yeah, what's the thing with seasoning a pan? Because it's not seasoning. It's like, do you rub it with oil? Like, what are you doing? What is seasoning a pan? Like a cast iron, right? Yeah. You should season the food, not the pan. Seasoning is let a layer form when it becomes non-stick. You cook oil into the metal. Needs oil to protect it. I don't have one of those pans, by the way. I don't have one. I haven't used one. I have a science video for this. I can't watch that right now, but good to know. They don't wash their dishes. Nandro. This is not a topic that's conducive to you finishing the survey. It's fine. We're 17 slides in and we've got 160 something to go. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know? I like having a good discussion. It's a pretty complex topic, but don't worry about it. I'm just curious as to what chat's going to tell me, you know? You got plenty of time. Kind of. Need sleep, good night. Expect a condensed version of this keyword review on my desk tomorrow morning. Best of luck, there'll be a VOD. Go to sleep before the meeting ends. Who will take over the minutes? Uh-oh. No, we're only 2 hours in, it's fine. Alright, well, I'll let you guys know about the onions, at least. Stainless steel doesn't need seasoning? I don't know. Either way, unfortunately, you guys did not agree with me in using red onions, but there were more people who would use red onions for cooking more than I thought there would be. So I'll take that as a win. You know, I'll take it as a win. You know, better than nothing. I like red onions. I don't like raw red onions, which apparently is how they're meant to be. And I'm like, no, I don't really like raw onion at all. To be honest with you, I don't like raw onion. I just don't. All right. On to the next question. Is a completely again. These questions in the survey were written over a long period of time, so there's no like overall good tangent or anything here. Like these are a lot of like random questions smacked together. You may have noticed that there is no rhyme or reason to it, right? I use autoplay, and then I found out that chat doesn't use autoplay. What was the onion answer? Most people will use white and or brown onions if they were confused by my interpretation of the question, right? I didn't know. You guys were all like, I don't use autoplay. And I was like, what do you mean you don't use autoplay? What do you mean? Right? I was so baffled. Thing is, still, I'm lazy. I just let stuff play. It's not an issue. I have recently figured out how to use the watch later playlist. Something like that. What I learned from this, right? What I learned from this, chat, the wild take, I always let autoplay go, and then if I hear something playing I don't want, I tab in and I change it. But I'm like constantly listening to shit, and my algorithm at this point is pretty good, right? So I've never really had an issue with that. I did find out, I've tried before to make like a, I want to watch all of these things in like a playlist, right? But when you click off to a different thing, it goes away, right? What I didn't know is what I actually wanted to use, which is what Dashi introduced me after I'd shown chat this question, was that there's like the add to the watch later, and that's a full playlist, and even if you click away, it stays. And I didn't know that. So now I have that, which is great, but I still use autoplay because I just want noise playing. You know, but I also set stuff to loop often, right? All the time. But I found out you guys don't like autoplay at all, and I'm baffled. Because I really thought that everyone used autoplay, and I just not. Anyway, so what do you think, chat? How many of you guys use autoplay, and how many of you don't use it at all? Find it so weird that YouTube gets used for music? 99%, no autoplay. Ooh, big numbers. big numbers. You know? I have it on, but I rarely click on the vid, so no. One answer of yes, and everyone else is no. If I autoplay, I click the algo. I'm just like, I always have autoplay on. It's just always going, and I had no idea. But maybe I've just like, you know, listened to enough random shit that my YouTube algo is pretty good. I don't know. You know? I don't know. But I've learned, you know, that I definitely sit on the other side of the fence. Yeah, I like listening to like hour or two hour long playlists. Like, it's great. And it'll just keep auto-playing more music. It's great. I love it, you know? But, you know, because you guys are dying for the results here. 11.9%. 11.9%. Also use autoplay, which means like I have some people, you know, backing me up here. And we're not doing too badly. It's definitely lower than I thought. Definitely lower. I thought it was gonna be like 50-50. You know? Truly, I thought it was gonna be 50-50. And I quickly learned that no one uses autoplay, and I am in the smaller group here. Also, have you know, like, I didn't answer any of these questions. 11.9% of chat cannot be trusted. How many surveys were completed? 43. All right, 43 of you. Couldn't convince many of you, but hey, I'll take it. You know. Now, we're coming up to what I would consider a deranged question. You know. However, this is where it goes from me going, oh, okay, I've written the deranged things, and now I'm concerned for chat. So I asked chat a question based on a conversation I'd had. If you have a, you know, set of tablets and you're taking these tablets over a period of time, yeah, probably, right? Yeah? What order do you take them in, right? And I thought this is going to be a nice, easy question. I thought it was going to be a nice, easy question. Your number on this was horrifying. I'm sorry. Again, in hindsight, would have changed some things, but it's fine. So I put some numbers on there for chat. This is what chat saw. I said, these are the numbers of the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? I wish I'd revealed these one by one, but I will have to show you them all at once. I'm going to wait for a second. Right? I love these questions very much. I'm glad. I enjoyed putting them together. Putting the PowerPoint together, however, bit of a mad dash. I would like you guys... Take them in the order you labeled them in, you're criminal. No, you don't. I just put numbers on them because I thought that was helpful. My interpretation is you would start from one side and it would be like 1 and 6, 2 and 7, 3 and 8, 4 and 9, 5 and 10. Like, that would be my assumption, right? If you were taking them singularly, I would still do 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9, 5, 10. You know, obviously this looks like Panamax or Panadol, so like you would take 2 at once. However, even still, that would be the way that I would assume you would take them. You wouldn't take them 1 to 5 and then 6 to 10. You just wouldn't do that. Here is a collation of the madness that chat sent me. Yeah. I think that's what I would call it. So, visualized for you. Here's the results that I got. So some of you vaguely follow the rules. Some of you, the fuck are you doing? The answer, you want to know what the toxic one was? The toxic one was I take the 2 in the middle, the other 2 are considered biohazards, and I put them in the bin. I don't know what that means. I don't know why they're biohazards, right? I don't know what, I'm just writing what I got given, okay? What's wrong with them? Also, what's the ones taking them in the random orders? What? The one up the you know, second one in this row here? Why are you just not taking the last one? You know? The one on the left-hand side where it like skips one and like fucks. What are you doing? I actually do take 1 to 5 and 6 to 10 because I keep my meds in the OG box and that way I can see at once which chip I took for last. That's fine. Second from top left on the left is worth. There's so many. Anything that's not what I told you is a struggle, right? You know? Boxing glove order gonna be the way of life. I don't know what's going on there. Honestly, I don't know. The people who open 1627, are you opening it to the floor? Do you not flip the packet open and open it left to right? I don't think the orientation of the packet matters. Also, no, you push them into your hand, right? So it'd be 1 and then 6. Because you'd hold the thing. I don't have a thing of Panadol on me, it's over there. But you pop it into your hand. You don't pop them upwards, you pop them downwards, right? Orientation does matter because a few of you did the things backwards. You do it upside down. Oh. Open to floor. Yeah, open to floor into hand. Right? Biohazard chatter has to spend so much on medication. Right? They only get 2 per packet. Right? I don't know why. I don't know why it suddenly becomes a biohazard. You know? I don't know. Straight into mouth, don't do that because we've got a piece of tinfoil or whatever it is on there. It's not a good time. Not a good time. I take scissors and cut out the foil to access the tap. What? Why on earth would you do that? That just sounds like a mess. The bottom 2 and the left are the same? They would be. A lot of them are that. A lot of you guys gave me the same answer, which is great. Biohazard editing is pretty funny. Well done. Thank you. You're supposed to take them out of the packaging. Oh, God. Which one was my alternatively? Chaos would be. I definitely put that one in there. It's one of them. I don't know which one. Also, like, what's with the person taking the one tablet and being like, man, I don't want the rest. Or, again, skipping the last one. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know? I did have fun drawing these, though. I did have fun visualizing these. I was concerned. Like, I am concerned. I still am concerned, to be completely honest with you. But also slightly oppressed. Mainly concerned. Next time I'll consider how I put the numbers on the thing, but we live and learn. Some people have too much money. Slice my finger open multiple times on the fallen tablets. Hurts like a paper. Oh yeah, it hurts. Ouch. Have the first 4 and the packet expire. How does that happen, Hula? How long are you holding? Like, I don't know how you manage that, you know? Avocado toast isn't the reason for home ownership. It's the pill packet epidemic. She introduced the one tablet home and then they leave one tablet to each other. Yeah, maybe. No matter how you number, it'll be wrong for people. I've learned that no matter what I do, it's wrong at this point in time. You know, like 3 years? All right, then. All right. I just don't know, you know? Cap on PBS spending each year. Once you hit that. I don't know if like something like Panadol would be counted, right? Yeah, I've done that before. Fair manual. Ugh. What is your order? 1 6 2 7 3 8 4 9 5 10. I can honestly say I don't check expiry on Panadol. Yeah, I don't. Full of flexing he's healthy. I'm like, I also wouldn't have the same one singular thing of Panadol for like 3 years because that's not a lot. You know, not a lot. We have a great question coming up for you, chat, though. I think you guys are gonna like this one. I do 1 6 2 7, or I could do what 1 6 7 2. I don't think that matters too much overall, but fair enough. I buy my Panadol in lots of 100. I buy them in like the bulk. I also get Panamax, which again looks like this and it's dusty. It's like the one downside. Like it's cheaper than Panadol, but it's dusty. And if you're not good at taking tablets, it is annoying. So dusty. Which the reason why it's bad is because like when you go to like, you know, have water and take your tablets, it like sticks to you because it's dusty. Oh, Dashy. Anyway. Pharmacy brand. Dashy. You know, it's fine. I think he left. I think we annoyed Silla enough with my questions that he's gone. Why do you buy? 'Cause it's cheaper. It's way cheaper. You know, way cheaper. Significantly. To buy in bulk. But anyway, chat, your favorite. Do you guys like puns? Do you like puns? How many people in chat do you think like puns? Wow, puns. We had a good chat about this earlier. A lot of you do. It's been gone for a while though. Abby, it's been gone for a while. $2 for 100 chemists? Yeah. How, what do you think the percentages are gonna be, chat? How many of you like puns and how many of you don't? 90% of us? Very punny, but also cringe. But hey. 100%. Thankfully, this was a yes and no question. So, that made it a little easier. You guys didn't get an extra answer. It was a yes or no question. Or to be more specific, it was a no or yes question because Sin got annoyed. That I put... Not enough of them, Ara. To be completely honest with you, not enough of them. Or... it was a yes or no question, but I gave you guys the ability to write something else, and I've learned from my mistakes now. Okay? I've learned from my mistakes. I got annoyed, yes, because I put it backwards. Which meant in the PowerPoint, I also put it backwards because I thought, you know, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. I was like, you know what, I gotta be consistent, gotta put no at the top this time. So 16.3% don't enjoy puns and 83.7% do. Which, for my chat, makes pretty good sense. I think for you guys, it adds up. Yeah, you brought it up. I don't know. It wouldn't have been intentionally. It just would have been. I went through and went, yeah, right. Clearly, to make sure you're paying attention. Missing a space after the no colon, that's too damn bad. Maybe I just wanted it to take up more room. Good server design would have auto randomized when someone opens the survey. Yeah, fuck that. 83% of chat needs to press the go live button. I don't know about that. We're to say that? Nah. Too many pun enjoyers, but I feel like that's fine. Cody. This is what I expected, which was most of chat. Ooh. Alright. Alright, chat. You ready? You ready for the next? Are you ready for the next one? Do you think you're ready for the next one? Chat. I need an answer from you. You actually have to say if you're ready for the next one or not, you know? Not ready? Dunno. Sure. Emotionally, I am chair laundry. 10% my mistake is the first answer that's wrong. I'm ready. Go on. I'm ready. Alright. So the next question was, do you still have your wisdom teeth? And I thought, horrible. Well, I did ask if you were ready. You know, I did ask. So I asked, do you still have your wisdom teeth? And the answer was yes or no, or do you have some of them? Because obviously some people will have a few removed, but not all of them, right? Why did you Photoshop teeth onto it? Because we're talking about teeth. Why not? That's right, I'm thinking I wasn't ready. I thought, you know what? We're talking about teeth, I'll just give him some teeth, because he didn't have any teeth. And we're talking about teeth, so he needed to have some, you know? So do you still have your wisdom teeth? And I don't know, we probably have, you know, some chatters who didn't answer this, right? I haven't had any removed, but I only have 2. You just only grew 2? Worried about them for so long, and I came to find out I never got them. Fair enough. Had all 4 extracted, and then all 4 are still in my face. Is that gone fine for you? Went to get 2 out, they took the other 2 out without consulting me. Oof. You have them in a jar, does that count? Well, they're no longer in your face. 60-40, there are 3 options. You've got to remember there are 3 options. There's yes, I have my wisdom teeth. No, I don't have any wisdom teeth, or some. There's 3 options, right? 3 removed and 2 left. He had 5? Bro's hoarding the wisdom teeth. What do you mean he had 5? You know? I haven't had any removed. Within 20 hours, I'll have my last one removed. Damn, I am wisdomless. Someone is going to be the most? You think some's going to be the most? Where do we vote? Unfortunately, you would have already had to have voted. You can say your thoughts in chat. But I've already collated the data, the results, from a subsection of chat that were willing to do my fun little survey. You know? Might have gone, had them out under general anesthetic, got an infection, ended up in hospital a week later. Oof. So many rough wisdom teeth surgeries. So you got 3 options. What do you think the percentages are going to be? Yes, no, and some. You know? Always do a survey, it's why it's no quirky. I appreciate you, Pastel. We need a larger subsection of chat. Well, that's on you guys. I can't force more people to do the survey. 50% removed, 30% partial, 20 none. 50, 20, 30, hey? Alright. Why do you keep growing wisdom teeth? How much calcium does your body have? Uh-oh, you think it's gonna be even split? Alright. So, 52.4%. Still got wisdom teeth. Still got him. Still in there, yeah? You know? If you offer money, everyone loves surveys. Unfortunately, I need the money. You know? I need you guys to pay me to do the survey, but that's not how it works. So instead, you guys do the survey and I have a little laugh. You know, like the court jester in the corner. And thanks, Boza, thanks. So, 52.4% of chat still has their wisdom teeth. 33.3% does not have their wisdom teeth. And 14.3% has some of them. Still. And if you answered incorrectly, that's not on me. Why are there now braces on the teeth? Well, you know, he thought he needs them. Thanks. Maybe he needed them. You know, what if I have someone else's wisdom teeth? I don't know what to do with that information. Why would you have someone else's wisdom teeth? You know? Why would you have someone else's wisdom teeth? Like, it's weird enough to have your own outside of your mouth. Don't ask... So, are you secretly the tooth fairy? Is that what we're finding out? Like, Kobe is secretly the tooth fairy? At this point in time? Right? You know? Very interesting. Yeah, I think I can understand Kobe being the tooth fairy. Also, thank you, Agon, for the 20 biddies. Knock some teeth out to meet Kobe. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So, moving on to definitely a question that is themed and based around the fact that we've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. But, if you were a medieval peasant, what job would you pick? What job would you pick? And I provided chat with a very long list of questions. I misread this question. Oh. Miguel, thank you so much for giving us up to Chili. Chili, welcome back. Jordash. I was overwhelmed with options. Okay, I did take feedback afterwards where I gave you guys too many options. Sorry about that. I expected you guys to pick one, but I wanted to give you guys options, right? I'm realizing the font and the color choice I did for this, terrible, but I will read them to you. So, the options I gave chat, yeah? Butcher, baker, stonemason, weaver, winemaker, fisherman, farmer, trumpet player, cobbler, wheelwright, roofer, locksmith, tanner, tax collector, grocer or merchant, armorer, carpenter, cook, blacksmith, dyer, goldsmith, hatmaker, tailor, coachman, birdcatcher, spurrier, woodcutter. Painter, tavern keeper, sacristan, saddler, messenger, whipmaker, and miller. And I also gave you guys the option to put your own suggestions in, right? So, without further ado, the most popular jobs, every option I think got picked at least once. Most people picked more than one option, but every option got picked at least once. So there's that. But again, like some of it was in like a multiple thing, right? I also think I put court jester. Did I put court jester in the first one? I think I did I? No. So, most popular jobs that you guys picked the most consistently, yeah? Most consistently. Baker. Oh. Yeah, thought that was cunt. Alright. Hello. Sorry. We're back. Yeah, I may have skipped that one, Sid. Most popular jobs. Baker, cook, tavern keeper, blacksmith, locksmith, painter, tailor, carpenter, and trumpet player. Like, those ones truly, covered. You know? Truly covered. Everyone wanted to be those. They were pretty common. They were pretty popular. Great. Love it. Right? So now we have the jobs that chat suggested, which was the lovable town crazy person, a witch, an aristocrat, a cartographer, and I was like, you know what, fair enough. Kindling, I'd be burnt at the stake, so I guess also a witch, but maybe also just there. Court jester, a thief, and groom of the stool, which I had to look up and was mildly horrified. Let me look it up again so I can read it to you. The most intimate of an English monarch's courtiers, initially responsible for assisting the king in excretion and hygiene. There you go. Yep, there you go. Someone wanted to do that. Okay, you know, okay. Sure. You know, that was birch? No. No, it wasn't. But I was like, all right, that's the job you want? Yeah, I did. That is what I said, Andrew. It's a very sought after position. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. The king's number 2, number 1. Oh god. Miggy, Suka. The answer to that is Miggy. I looked it up because I was like, who the fuck wrote this? After Googling it. So, you know. Yeah. It's certainly something. But yes, I do think we'd be able to have a somewhat functioning medieval town. Maybe. Missing a few roles that I didn't include, but like, I think it'd be fine. Maybe. On to the next one. So here you go. Here's an animation, chat. There you go. Congrats. How exciting. Kind of fitting, because I have food now as well. I think I misread this question. Yeah, I think a lot of you guys misread this question, actually. The fact it's not going upside down is upsetting to me. It just stays. Yeah, sorry about that. So I asked chat, what is your favorite eating utensil? And I gave you a few options, and then like one option to be like, suggest something. Because I was like, if you had only one thing to eat with, what would you eat with? Would you eat with a fork or a spoon? Or like another, like, you know? I was like, here's another option, right? Chopsticks, spoon, spork, fork. Yeah? Okay. That's pretty usual, right? That's pretty, spade, spork, whatever you want to call it, right? Okay. But chat was like, no, we need more options. Fucking Swiss Army knife. And whatever the fuck these things are that I've never seen in my life. Who's eating with these? And why would you prefer that over a fork? I don't understand. Why would you want this over a fork? You could only eat with one utensil. Why do you want grippy finger tongs? I don't understand. Swiss Army knife, again, also doesn't have a fork. So, like, why do you want that? I don't, like, chopsticks? Okay, sure. Spoon? Sure. Fork? Sure. The rest of them, if it's the only thing you're eating with, why do you want a Swiss Army knife? There's not got a fork on it. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. The finger food tongs. What if you have soup? What if you have soup? Trash, what if you have soup? Trash, hello, Raiders. How's it going? Hi. How are you gonna eat soup with them?
99 viewers.
Have fun on your trip. Thank you. Don't worry about it. We're doing a funny survey. Don't worry about it. What about soup? Okay. So chat, we're doing a funny survey answers, right? So I asked chat a bunch of questions and I asked them, what would be, if you could only use one utensil to eat food with, what is your favorite? Chopsticks, spoon, fork. The spork got added in, right? And then chat was like, no, streamer. We want Swiss Army knife and whatever the hell these things are. And I saying, how are you gonna eat soup with finger food tongs? Just tilt the bowl? I like your soup, thank you. Thank you. It's a very important Q1 survey review, you know? Trash, I hope you had a wonderful stream. I hope you had a good time. You're in for a ride if you're here for the survey. Like, sorry, you know, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I hope you had a wonderful stream though. I hope you had a good time. I'll grab you. Just why? You gotta go. No worries. Rest up. Look after yourself. I'll look after you, Raiders. Traumatize them, maybe. You can't drink soup from chopsticks either, but at least like a majority of food you could eat with that. I don't understand why you would want finger food tongs as your only thing. You know? Are you fully suited, or did you do like I did yesterday with the doctor's appointment, my PJ's bottom half? I mean, I you know, I don't have suit pants on, but I have pants on, you know? I'm not wearing a full suit. I'm wearing most of a suit, I suppose. But yeah, fuck that. I mean, comfy. Soup can be a 0 utensil food. Okay, sure. Who do you think... So, percentage-wise, what do you think is the most popular thing for, like, eating with? What about taking the question in a different direction? What utensil could you do without? What? Not including, you know, the finger food tongs that I've definitely never needed in my life? You know? Yeah, probably if you have like, if you're thinking the most, which is like, you know, you've got a spoon, a fork, and a knife. You can make do with a spoon and a knife, right? The knife, you don't need a knife to eat with, depending on how the food is prepared. But if it includes the food preparation, you need a knife, you know? Chat, which was a vegetable? What's my brain doing? Which utensil do you think voted highest in chat as their like #1? Ignoring the fucking finger tongues. Because, you know, I don't want to lead you too far astray. Which one do you think has like the highest, you know, use? Spoon? Spoon? Spork? It's a weird looking spork. I should have gotten a better picture. Everyone wanted a spork? So, most popular, spoon. Not surprised, right? Not surprised. Next most, fork. Yes, good. Chopsticks. Yes, good. 7% for the spork thing, which again, I should have chosen a better one because that one's kind of terrifying. 4% said Swiss Army knife. 3% said food finger tongs. And we had one other special one, which I didn't include on this slide because I gave it its own slide, which was the one person who was like, I want a spoon, but a really tiny spoon. I want a really tiny spoon. Like, I want a spoon, but it has to be real small. And I was like, there you go. You can have that one. You want a real tiny spoon? Sure. You know? What happened to the leaf blade? No, tiny spoon. I do agree, little tiny spoon. It's gonna be big enough to eat with, but still. So I submitted tiny spoon. So now decided we're gonna do a chat utensil tier list. Yeah. Except yeah, I really tried to get chat in on this one. I really tried. Audience participation rate low on this one. Chat did not want to show me their, you know, favorite spoon. I couldn't be bothered. I'm so sorry. You should be sorry. You should be. How am I meant to do things if chat doesn't do the thing? My PC is upstairs. My spoon is down. Do you not have a phone, Jordash? Do you not have a phone? I'm sorry, I missed a survey. You're fine. I wanted to see. Yeah, do you not have phones? What do you mean? Who are you, Blizzard? No, definitely not. Anyway, here is my chat utensil tier list. We have incredible specimen. That's pretty good. I'd use it. This makes me uncomfortable. And absolutely not. So I am going to show you. I feel like I don't want to bully the entirety of chat. For the few of them, well, the few of you who did actually give me utensils, but also, you know, there's just not enough. That would feel a bit mean. However, the roly thing, I'm assuming that's being used for pizza. If it's being used for anything else, greatly amused, right? Greatly amused. Again, the finger tong things are back. Don't know how to feel about those, you know? Don't know how to feel about those. The weird giant tweezers, not 100% sure, you know? The pizza slicer to eat soup is hard mode. Toast is actually about 1/3 of the size of the rest. That's fine. I will agree, the flat chopsticks, they fuck me up. I don't know if it was just generic choice of these are chopsticks or if you specifically like the flat ones. I can't eat with, I'm too white to be using those. I can use normal chopsticks, but these ones defy me. I can't pick shit up. I try. You get those at like Korean barbecue? I can't fucking pick shit up anymore. I can't do it. I can't cope. Give me the other ones. You know? I can't pick shit. I'm sitting there dropping stuff. You know? You got the fancy little knife spoon, which I assume is a cheese spoon, like a cheese knife, sorry. You know? It's like a fancy decorative knife you have on the side. I don't think you should use it as a spoon. But, you know. There we go. Cheese spoon, whatever. Cheese knife? Yeah. The Tonkin double grip sent me for a bit there. Well, yeah, anyway. I was gonna do this, but I was also like, you know what, we haven't got enough. That's where I would have put them though. But I did want to show you some cursed objects I came across while I was scrolling, which is like whatever the hell this is. What's that? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think you'd use it. And it just makes me uncomfortable to look at. So I wanted to show you guys. I don't know. I don't like it. The lack of handle. That's an abomination? Added the chopsticks with a country for the Americans? Oh no, Iris. Oh no. Perfectly balanced? It's just not right. And on the situation of not right. Also these? Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Not a fan of that. Why does this exist? Huh? Why does this exist? For students? Like, excuse me? Don't like these. Don't like this at all. It's like the worst of all worlds here. Not a fan. Not a fan of these, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like, what if the pen explodes? It's just not good. It's just not good, okay? It's not a good time. Not at all. All right? Not at all. We also have these. Horrifying. That fork is almost a spoon, but way worse. Right? I'd have nothing to say about that spork. It's terrifying. And then the knife, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like any of these. They're all bad. That knife has serration all the way. I don't know if you guys can see, but like it has a serration all the way down. Terrifying. Don't like it. You know? I don't like it. Not at all. You know what I do like though? This. I thought this was great. Giant spoon statue, you know? Giant spoon. Shoved in the ground. I'm a fan. I like that. Not bad. Slightly less cursed. You know. Quickly on the knife, even more jagged than. Ooh, spatula? Sure. Oh, and I came across this, chat. Which we definitely saw a while ago, but I thought I would bring it back, which is teaspoons being stolen from the break room. A medical institute conducted a study at the rate of disappearance of spoons. An estimated 250 teaspoons would need to be purchased annually to maintain a practical institute-wide population of 70 teaspoons. I'm like, fuck yeah, teaspoon study. Right? This is great. This is wonderful, right? Found that very entertaining. You know, so chat, you wouldn't steal a teaspoon, would you? From the break room? Would you be stealing a teaspoon? No, I have not, Zenobia. I have not. Sadly, yes, I have. Ooh, not intentionally. I couldn't if it was small. Stolen a teacup from the break room every time. Being a student on accident. Accidental disposal instead of teaspoon theft. Oh, so you put it in the bin? Maybe? Students I blame. Teaspoon thieves should be punished to the fullest extent of the lawyers. Uh-oh, we only steal glasses. I keep my own cutlery in my desk drawer. Stealing good. I don't need a teaspoon that badly. Is it going in the bin more than they're stolen? I think so. I've found the long handle ones. Long handle. Bitch, I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. Where are we sitting? Excellent. Still no one wants it. I would give it a loving home. I have a feeling that these are going on a misadventure and they're definitely meant to be there considering them, you know, meant to be there, you know? Does it really matter how it ends up away from where it is if it goes? What's the concern? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all fine. Everything's great. It's all fine. Nice and dandy, you know? It's all good. Speaking of good, oh my god, you win! You win, chat! Congratulations! You get to go on a trip overseas for a fortnight! Where do you go? I thought this was going to be such an exciting question. I thought this was going to be such an exciting question. Everyone's going to be so fucking thrilled. They're going to be like, this is where I want to go. I get to go away for 2 weeks. I'm so excited. And chat said, oh, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I exchange it for money. I want to stay home or I'm going to hell. And I was like, you know, you get 2 weeks, chat. You go overseas. It's going to be great. No, I don't want to leave. I want to stay home. I don't want to go anywhere. Like, what? It was, you know, what do you mean? What do do you mean they're 2 weeks playing KCD? You could go to Europe and go play IRL KCD and go run around and pick up flowers. You know what I mean? How much of the survey have you missed? We're on slide 54 of 176. So, that much. But the first bits are pretty dramatic. Pretty dramatic. So I did have a few people who, but that was not an option. The thing is, guys, it was not an option. The exchange it for money, not an option. You just get nothing. You get nothing, right? That wasn't an option. It was where would you go, right? You don't get the money. They've just chosen to stay home. This was, oh my god, you win. You get to go for a trip overseas for Fortnite. Where do you go? Where are you gonna go? How exciting. And they went, no. You lose. You get nothing. Exactly. But a few of you did actually genuinely answer my question. So, where would chat want to go for 2 weeks? Norway, Italy and Greece, New Zealand, Greece, Europe, France, Spain. Wherever there's 2 weeks of back-to-back F1 races. Fair enough. Australia, South Korea. Australia, 1K for a flight is crazy. Now, I thought this must be an international person. But also, how is your flight only 1K? Really? You know? Is that just for one? 1K USD that's still not a lot. Was that a New Zealander? I don't know. We also got Japan. A lot of answers for Japan. Peru, South America, Spain's felony still lesson. Ikem's got to run. The space counters overseas, technically over all seas. Otherwise, Europe. I don't know what Lapland is, or I don't know what Hobbiton. I assume Hobbiton's in New Zealand, but I don't actually know. Italy, Egypt. Bert wants to go to the UK for free, if only. I did like the answer of Cuba, because I'm assuming I don't have to figure out the logistics of getting to Cuba. You know, for me to fly out the 4th of April to Perth, it's... Hello?
Your viewership
1800.
Please hold the line.
Is that euros or pounds? I don't remember. Either way, that's way more than 1K. That's way more. Hello? Raiders, welcome to the quarterly survey. The current question is, oh my god, you win! You get to go on a trip overseas for a fortnight. Where do you go? Where would you go? You can go anywhere. Where would you go? Most of my chat didn't want to go anywhere. To be honest, they didn't want to go anywhere. But some of them did want to go places. So where would you like to go? You know? Someone else is paying for it. You don't have to pay for it. Where you gotta go for 2 weeks? No, yeah, no, I don't. I forget which one's which. Unless I see both the pound symbol and the euro symbol together, I can never remember which one is which. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know, but when I only see one of them, they both kind of look like an E. You know what I mean? You don't. It's fine. You're not going to agree with me. I'm used to this at this point. It kind of still looks like an E. Anyway. But you've got to go overseas. You got to go. You got to go at least out of the country you're in, okay? Anyway. Where else would you like to go? Where, you know, someone's paying 2 weeks. You know? Very exciting. Yeah, see, as I said, when you put them together, it's very obvious, okay? It's very obvious. However, when I'm just looking at one of them, it's less difficult. Tasmania does not count as overseas. I will have you know, someone did put Tasmania in. That does not count because it's still part of Australia, right? It's over a sea, yes, but if you said you're going overseas and then you said you're going to Tasmania, everyone's gonna go, oh, okay. Doesn't count. Yes, I know, chat, but again, just like the door question, you know what I meant, right? You know what I meant, and Tasmania does not count, okay? It doesn't count. New Zealand doesn't count either. New Zealand does count. It's a different country, you know? It's a different country. It counts, okay? Also, what are you guys doing in Tasmania? Why do all of you guys want to go to Tasmania? I don't understand. What are you doing in Tasmania? Like, what's there to do? Like, where you got? Yeah, exactly. What were you doing there? Cadbury factory? Food? Nothing? That's the point? What do you mean nothing's the point? Food, culture, wine? Can't you do that anywhere? They go to Margaret River. You know, if that's what you want. There's even a chocolate factory. Don't ask about what are you doing in Tasmania? Looking for the devil? They have cancerous lumps. Poor Tasmanian devils. Rough for them. Not a good time. a Tasmanian devil. Waiting for the Tasmanian secession. Don't know about that one. What about that one? You know? Cheaper to go to Tassie than Perth. Yeah, no shit. Tassie is ironically closer and not prone to 40-degree days. Again, not disagreeing. But like, if I had the opportunity to go on a 2-week trip to anywhere in the world, why would you pick somewhere close by? Why would you not pick somewhere far away that you wouldn't get to go to normally, you know? I don't get it. I don't get it. You got so many options. Are you overwhelmed by choice? Okay, because you want to be home. That's why. You want to be home. It's right at the start, Raph. It's right at the start. Don't worry, we've still got a lot to go. Faraway place is scary and have different languages. I'm like, why go anywhere? Again, I forget you guys are all introverts. Like, but even I wouldn't go, I don't want to go anywhere. You know? Chat? Really? Like, some of you are like extreme levels of, no, I don't want to go anywhere. You want to go to hell. That doesn't count, Tashi. You know, free trip, why would you say? That's exactly. I chose Norway because it's expensive. Exactly. Exactly. Mickey? They get a free trip for 2 weeks and they don't want it. Mickey? You know? I don't even like going to the grocery store. Listen. Listen. Alright. So, next question on the list. I don't know which question this was in order, but it was, do you have a favorite recipe to cook? Do you have a favorite recipe to cook, chat? That was my question. Because I wanted to know, do you have a favorite recipe to cook? Maybe they'll tell me. Maybe they'll give me a link. Maybe I'll get to find out. This is a yes or no question. Yes, I understand you and Scylla are both yes or no people. So I was like, oh, maybe chat will give me some ideas so I can cook. And chat's like, nah. Okay. All right then. That's fine. Great. Thanks, chat. I was hoping you'd give me some ideas. I was like, you know what? Chat's gonna give me some ideas. And they hit me with fucking yes, no. And I was like, okay. Great. Wonderful. You know, that's fine. Respectfully, this is on the survey. I understand now. You know, again, hindsight would have been like, please tell me what it is. You know, oh, do you have a favorite recipe to cook? Also, please tell me what it is. But some of you did tell me, which was nice. A lot of us like pasta or some derivative of pasta, which I thought was great. You know, I thought was great. I do want to know what boxed beef is. Because there is boxed beef stroganoff, and what is boxed beef? I don't, like, what do you mean boxed beef? What does it mean? You know? What does it mean? What is boxed beef? Favorite recipe to cook is the one pot pasta from Recipe 10 Eats. It's great. Maybe it's, oh, so it's not beef in the box. It's a stroganoff mix in a box. Oh, I didn't even think about that. How the... Well, I don't know because it says boxed beef stroganoff and I know what stroganoff is. I don't know what boxed beef is, so I just assumed it was something weird. Again, I read it. It says boxed beef stroganoff. I know what stroganoff is. I saw boxed beef and went, I just don't know what the fuck that is. I'll just wait for chat to tell me. Because I don't know. What did I miss? Emotional turmoil. What do you mean? I've never heard... What do you mean? I haven't heard of boxed beef. Again, I was like, I know what stroganoff is. I did not assume it would come in a box. That's not something that would come in a box. Tuna pasta, delicious. Love that. Okay. You gotta remember, I just got a list of words. I got a list of words, you know? And I'm just like, okay, I'm going with that. You know, Recipe 10 Eats, what is it, spag bowls, best recipe? Yes. I didn't know what boxed beef was, and so it threw me off, okay? I didn't consider the stroganoff was the bit that came in the box. I thought it was the beef, and I was confused. And also, shout out to my homie, Recipe 10 Eats. I love her. She is my favorite. Someone said Nagy's cookbook. Nagy is Recipe 10 Eats. My favorite. Big fan. Big fan. This question was like, do you have a favorite recipe to cook? You know? Again, if you want a place to get recipes, Recipe 10 Eats, okay? Not Rasputin, not Rasputin eats, okay? Recipe Tin eats, okay? Incredible, my favorite, big fan, big fan. Speaking of food, we have a question about cheeseburgers. Generic cheeseburgers. You know, yeah, so my question was, for chat, how many little shitty cheeseburgers do you think you could eat in 20 minutes? How many do you think? 20 minutes? How many are you going to be able to eat? Do you think? You know, how many? The little shitty ones? Define little, like the Macca's shitty ones, the little tiny little ones. Little shitty cheeseburger. You know? You got 20 minutes. How many do you think you could eat? You know, with or without pickles. I don't know, your preference. In your mind theater, it's whatever you think a little shitty cheeseburger is. You know? Smash a couple. Yeah, so a few of you are revealing your answers in chat, which, spoilers. So a lot of you said, no. A lot of you said, not eating a shit little cheeseburger. Absolutely the fuck not. None. Not doing that. Not at all. And I was like, alright. Fucking alright then. Sure. Great. Okay, cool. Did not eating any. Great. Love that. Alright, so next on the list we had, I'll eat like 2 to 3-ish. Right? 2 to 3-ish. We got, I eat food for nutrition and enjoyment. This seems like a terrible idea. I'd stop at 2. Assuming no wind resistance and an unlimited amount of milkshakes, I would eat 2 and enjoy the unlimited milkshakes. Where are the fucking milkshakes coming from? That's what, who promised you unlimited milkshakes? And what's up with the wind? Like, what do you mean? Where is that what do you mean? There were no milkshakes included in the question, right? And what's up with the wind resistance? Like, what do you mean? There was no implied anything. You don't get any milkshakes, you've just got shitty cheeseburgers. Okay? I did like the maybe 2, unless I'm yapping, maybe 1. Like, I'm not in a hurry, right? I'm not in a hurry. I don't care that I could try and eat a whole bunch. I'm only eating maybe 1 or 2, you know? I just, you know, I was just kind of like, what? You know, it's bad enough that I'm not including the context of the questions that apparently chat needs. But you guys are just making up your own rules now. I can't say I've recently tried eating with a significant amount of wind resistance, no. But also, like, how are you, unlimited milkshakes, man. Unlimited. I also like 3 or 4 if I have a drink. So like, you know, two maybe without it. So we had 5 people who said, I'm not eating it. We had 8 people who said, maybe 2 or 3, yeah? You know. Then we had the next category, which was about 4 to 6. You guys gave me individual numbers. I had to group them because you guys are making my life difficult and you guys don't really do yes or no or straight answer questions. So 4 to 6. 5 to 6 if I have enough drink to wash them down. Shitty, yum yum, shitty burgers are the best. 4, 6 if they're not too dry. And then 6.5, extra pickles. And I was like, all right. Yes, that was my intent. I was like, if you had 20 minutes, how many fucking cheeseburgers were you gonna be able to eat? Like, it's like a food eating competition. How many do you think you can eat? Again, I have realized now, we're what, 2 or 3 PowerPoints in? I've realized now, you guys interpret questions very differently to me, and I need to provide more context. I have learned this now, okay? I'm learning as we go that you guys don't think, I guess I already knew you guys don't think the same as me, but like you seem wildly different to me. Unexpectedly different. And I didn't think I'd have to add so many like little asterisks in the wording of my questions. But apparently I do, okay? Well, because I thought it was better this time, but it's not. Anyway, so I asked how many people would eat 7 to 10. And we got the answer of 7, but 22 if I hate myself, which I thought was like, you know what, there's, you know, 7's reasonable, 22, yeah, that sounds like a bad time. There was also, so, you know, I included the 7 because I was like, well, we don't want to put you in the 22 group. There's probably like 7 or 8 and probably like 10, but I'd be very ill. And I was like, yeah, you know what, it makes sense. I made a final category. So there was 5 people said none, 8 people said 2 or 3, 7 people said somewhere between 4 and 6, 7 people said 7 to 10, yeah, and then we have the final category, 11 to 20, where 6 people said somewhere between 11 and I can eat somewhere between 11 and 20 in 20 minutes. You know? In 20 minutes. And a special shout out to the one person who I didn't include in this, who wrote, I would eat 24, but in 24 hours. And you are on the PowerPoint because that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question. The question was, how many in 20 minutes? I don't care that you could eat 24 in 24 hours. What are you on about? That's not even close to the question. The milkshakes also weren't, but that was worse because at least they were still trying to eat them in 20 minutes, okay? I don't know who put that answer, but I was like, you 24 in 20 hours is 1 an hour. Put 1. Put 1. Why is the hand in front of the bed? Why not? Why not? You put them in the PowerPoint though. Well, too damn bad, all right? Too bad. How many doors is one burger place? Don't start, all right? We're on burgers now, okay? You know, we're on burgers now. Hello?
Your viewership is important to us. Please hold the line.
Hello, how's it going? Hatton, hello.
The Mad Hatton rated my stream with 26 viewers.
How's it going? How we doing? Welcome to, what do you call this, chat? What do you call, I just 24 and 20, it's not that many, just put 1. Okay, let's get people asking they could cover doors. I understand this now. However, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, me that wrote the survey doesn't have the knowledge that me has now. Difference in voice pitch between live Kate and pre-recorded Kate. What? Shush. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? What's Q1? Quarter 1. Quarter 1. We're in the first 3 months of the year. Quarter 1. Still making up and answering their own questions. Chaos. Okay. This is a public lashing. None of you, did you know this is not food review? This is Q1 survey review. Next question. What leg of a triathlon would you pick to compete as? Yes, I am Hatton. This is my last stream before then. And I'm away for 2 weeks. I'm away for 2 weeks. You know. We're Q4 in a financial year, but we're not in the financial year. We're Q1 of the year. For me, the streamer, okay? Okay? What leg of a triathlon would you pick to compete as, okay? The options are you're swimming. Wait, I actually have the options written down, I'm pretty sure. You swim 1.5 kilometers, or you cycle 40 kilometers, or you run 10 kilometers, right? Okay? Yeah? You can swim 1.5 kilometers, you can cycle 40 kilometers, and you can run 10 kilometers. I would say there is a correct answer. But, you know, what I wanted to know is if the people in the chat collective that did the survey, would we have enough people to make some teams for a triathlon, or would we be like heavily skewed one way, you know? And I would also be very curious in chat, we'll do it next, of what you would like. Like, you know, where you would rank the 3 of them in preference. Right? You know, I have a feeling I'm in the minority. My answer would be Tasmania. Yep, just shaggity. Stop it. Do they do triathlon relays? What does that mean? What does that mean? You're doing 1 leg. Okay, you have 2 legs, but you're doing 1 leg of the triathlon. Which one are you picking? What do you think the percentages are for swim, cycle, and run? How do you think the split is, chat? Where do you think chat's sitting? Do you think we're sitting equal? Do we think we're not? You know? Where do you think we are? We're not in Texas. One of you might be. 0, 70, 30. Interesting. Chat is literally sitting. Maybe. High run and cycle, low swim. Which would be easier if you only had... I don't know. Don't ask me that. I don't know. 5% swim, 65% ride, 30%. 5% swim? Huh. The teams you want to make us into, are they competing as a relay or a triathlon? It's just time trials. I assume we're sitting here at the starting line. We're seeing how many teams we can put together. You know? We're seeing how many teams we can put together. From memory, there's not a insignificant portion of chat that can't swim. You're going to make me pull up the other PowerPoint. Hold on. I'm finding my other PowerPoint. I need to see what percentage of chat couldn't swim. I didn't think about that. Hold on. Where's my other, was it this one? Hold, I'm loading my other PowerPoint. I need to see how many of you guys can swim. Hold. How many slides did we have last time? Oh, chat, we only had 66 last time. I've really upped the game here. Alright, where is it? Can chat swim? 88% of chat can swim, 12% can't swim. From our last survey, 88% of chat can swim, 12% can't swim. Okay? Yeah? That's where we're sitting at. Triathlon is one person. Yes, but the question was, what leg of a triathlon would you pick to compete as? Implying you're only doing one of them. It's fine. Don't worry about it, Birch. We're speeding up a little bit, okay? Although I need to take a break for food soon, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're speeding up a little. It's fine. I have no idea what's going on. This is Q1 survey review. I asked chat some funny questions. We are now reviewing the answers. Although ads just started, so I don't actually know if you're hearing my response. You know? The non-swimmers chose to swim. They would at least be finished with the triathlon quickly. That's... You're not allowed to drown, okay? You're not allowed to drown. Did we? Oh, God. Alright, so the answers are 28.6% of chat would choose to swim. 40.5% would choose to cycle. And 31% would choose to run. Who the fuck's running? Why would you choose running? I'd fucking die. Bro, I'm cycling or I'm swimming. I'm not running. I die. I can't even jog 10 kilometers. I die. 40% cycle. Cycle is 100% the right answer, by the way. Swimming, 1.5 kilometers is fucking nothing. It is in the ocean or in like a river. Sucks, but 1.5 kilometers swimming is nothing. I'd probably pick cycle, right? Personally, I didn't vote in this. My vote is not included. However, I was like, holy shit, chat. 40 kilometers is like probably passable. That's fine. You can do that. That'll be okay. The percentages don't add up right. Well, I took them off the things. And if they don't add up, it's not my problem. Okay? I just took it straight off the graph that they gave me. All right? 40 kilometers is far. Yes. However, I would survive. Right? Personally, best chance for me, right? Swimming. I hate swimming in the ocean though. But swimming, fine. I used to, you know, be in the swim team. If it was in a pool, swimming is 100% the only choice, right? But it's always in an ocean or at the beach or whatever, which is less fun. Yeah? Can definitely swim that distance. I could maybe run that distance. I cannot cycle that difference. I think I could cycle that difference. I wouldn't be fast, but I could do it. I would not survive running 10 kilometers right now. You know what I mean? A pool can be 50 meters long. That's 30 laps. That's nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. Swimming's easy. For me personally. Swimming, good. Swimming, easy. Love swimming. Good at swimming. Personally, good at swimming. That's fine, right? However, running 10 kilometers, I would die. You know? Leisurely, I could cycle 40 kilometers. Wouldn't be very fast, right? I could not run. I would actually die. Like, I would not be able to run 10 kilometers. I would not be able to jog 10 kilometers. And if I had to walk the entire way, it'd take a very, very long time. You know what I mean? Have a heart attack halfway through swimming, 1.45? 1.5? 1.5 swim is not that far. But it sucks because it would be in the ocean. Or, you know, whatever. Swimming would take me a few hours and I wouldn't be able to walk after, but I like swimming. A few hours for 1.5? 1.5 is not far as a swim. Interesting. Either way, I was surprised overall that there is a weighting towards cycling, which again is, you know, relatively even. I thought we were going to have like a severe shift one way or another. I would survival backstroke that swim. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I did think we were gonna have one that was like a very small percentage, but relatively we could form quite a few teams. I don't know if any of us would actually realistically make it out the other end, but like technically that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I could walk into the ocean whenever seeing you again. You know? High school I could run 10 kilometers up being buzzed. Swimming 5 laps of a school pool. Hell no, opposite way. I would do like 5 kilometers more in like, you know, swimming. How many doors are you going through while running? Hopefully none. I should be running normally on the road, right? You know, bad shoulder and dodgy knee. Swimming and running up for me. Swimming's actually probably not that bad for you, right? Well, Blanket. Can I say your name is Blanket? Is that allowed or do I woofy you every time? Anyway, hello, welcome in. Would you compete in a leg of a triathlon and which one would you pick? Like, which one would you pick if you had to? You're at gunpoint, you have no choice, you got to pick one of them. What are you going to do? You know? Swimming is low impact, yeah. So swimming, if you have bad knees and ankles, which, hello, my joints don't work properly. You know, swimming, great. Love it. Big fan. I just hate chlorine and scary open water and everything else. Yeah, Yeah, I would not be able to do the running. I could not. Right? Makes doing longer distances rough. A lap or two would be fine though. Oh, I guess if you don't have good range of motion in your shoulder, okay. What's the next question? I don't even know. Oh, this is great. Oh no, my dude got moved. Oh, that's sad. That's fine. This text was better before. Should I make it how it was before? The reason why it's different, by the way, is because we're no longer in actual PowerPoint, and it's changed my formatting, which is really rude, but also, like, you know, what can I do? What can the streamer do? You know? I'll just move it over a switch. There we go. It was meant to be like this. Ta-da! Anyway, that's fine. Did Hatton right here? Yeah, welcome in. Anyway, my dude gets it. Right, it's fine. Anyway, words that look wrong. So I asked chat. That's why it feels like a PowerPoint presentation? Yeah, it is. I mean, we're in Google Slides, but it's fine. So here are some words from chat that they think look wrong even when they're technically spelled correctly. So we have a nice list for you. Precedence. This is gonna be fun, isn't it? Incorrectly? No, I did like the highlight of a no, I type everything perfectly, always. Definitely. Chrysanthemum. Rendezvous. Bureau. I don't know what spigot means, to be completely honest. The person who put Kate, you're on my hit list. And I think there was at least 2 of you, to be completely honest. At least 2 of you put me. You're getting it, all right? You're getting it. It's fucking toxic, all right? Fortnite. Necessity. I don't even know if necessity spelled. It looks wrong to me. I did copy these, by the way, directly from you guys. So if you spelled them incorrectly, they are spelled incorrectly, by the way. I do like the person who was like, just the spelling of diarrhea just always looks wrong. You know, anything with too many duplicate letters, I agree. Recommend, I always spell wrong, so yep, I agree. Sometimes the word bowl stops sounding like a word, yep. Once okay, you get no streams for 2 weeks as a punishment. Recommend fucks me up, yep. So if you have any other words that you think always look spelt wrong, you know, feel free to confuse chat and put them in chat. I was greatly amused by the word mesenchymal, and so I was like, I gotta look that up, don't I? I gotta look that up. I think it's spelled receive. Yeah. Need to rewrite it every time. Occasion. Ooh. I before E, except after C, except when it fucks you over. You know. Where did you get your suit? Very classy for the Q1 every. Wow, it's fun that you asked that. It's actually my brother's school ball suit, and I yoinked it because Mum was gonna get rid of it. Ow! I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad life choice. So he's got this super dramatic shoulder pads. Like, super dramatic. It's great for Q1 business review though. Great outfit. Weird and view. Yeah, no, that's fine. You know, I was like, what is that word after seeing it there? Same suit used for Hitman? I don't think so, different one. I was like, what's that? What does that mean? I will look it up because I'm curious for chat and everybody else, right? And I was like, you know, we want to know. So it means, it refers to the cells that develop and connect into connective tissue, blood vessels, and lymphatic tissue. So, yeah, a lot of people did say yes to some questions, and I just didn't include you because unfortunately, just put a yes in for almost every answer at a terrible time. Did I illustrate these slides? I didn't draw these. No. Did I put the slides together? Yes. Did I draw these? No. There's some stuff that I drew kind of later, you'll see, but not these. Most of my stuff is basically the equivalent of like photo bashing where I just like shove shit together. But no, I did not. I did not draw these funny little guys. But they were a free resource, so I used them. So next fun little question, chat. Are you left or right-handed? I just wanted to know. I was curious. You know? I was curious. Those are both right hands, I know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not important. It's not important. Are you left or right-handed? I just wanted to know. Does it mean anything? No. But was I curious? Yep. Yes, I did notice that when I got the picture and I was like, you know what? I'm not changing this. No, so I asked, are you left or right-handed? And if you use both, like if you are ambidextrous, pick the one you use more. Right? I put that in there. I put it in the question itself, okay? It was, are you left or right-handed? If you basically am ambidextrous, pick the one you use more. To make my life easier is the streamer doing the survey, right? It was in there, okay? Well, too bad. Anyway. Quite a lot, actually. A left-handed, if you were curious. 19%. Okay, but it's not the same, is it? It's not the same, you know? But yeah, a lot of you guys are left-handed. Like, quite a few. What's good? Apparently nothing. Apparently nothing. Chat doesn't like my slides. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep in my cold spaghetti. You know? God damn it. God damn it. Alright, so. I looked up, I was curious. I looked up on average, at least in Australia, because that's the one I could get a stat for, and biased, because, you know, most of us are Australian. I was like, alright, how many people on average are usually left-handed? And on average, about 10% of Australians are left-handed. So I have 9% roughly audience from the United Kingdom. So I'm going to assume you guys are all left-handed. And you guys are just like boosting my stats. So thanks for that. Yeah. You know, I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? I got 9% United. You know, I'm just, you know, I feel like that makes the maths work, I think. On average. You know, but that also, I was like, is the average, because people just didn't answer the thing. Maybe they had even worse question writing than I did, right? Maybe the writing that they did is even worse. You know, maybe they were even worse at asking the question and they got skewed results, and that's why we've got 19% and they've only got 10. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I do know? Water. But we'll have to hold that thought because I need to eat my food, because I just remembered that I should do that. So we're gonna take an intermission. Now is your time to go to the bathroom, get a drink, get a snack, and or play some words. So let me set up words for you. You guys can have your beloved iPad baby time. You know? Bedtime for me. Good night, Hatton. Good night. If it loads. Yes, unfortunately this time you will need to spell the words right. Alright, cool. Hello, I'll be back. You guys be good. Good work, guys. Good work. Thank you for keeping yourselves entertained. And now, we must get back to business. All right. So, water. Yeah, water. Wow. Wow. What was dinner? Spaghetti bolognese. Water. Yeah. Did you have water? I did, actually. I should have some more. Spag bowl a la Rish? I don't think so. Just that a la home. Well, I always say spag bog. Was that a paid or unpaid meal break? Unpaid. Do you think I ever get paid to take a meal break? If I did, I'd be taking more than like 2 minutes. You know? But I don't. So. I had a new question for chat. Which was, does chat prefer sparkling or still water? Also known as tap water, but I guess when you compare it to sparkling, it's sparkling or it's still water. Because I didn't want to have the conversation of, what if I can't drink my tap water? You know, because I at least I could see that one. I could see that one coming, and I was like, you know what? I can just ask sparkling or still, and then you guys aren't gonna, like, you know, fight me on this. So yeah, percentage-wise, what do you think it's gonna be? Who do you think prefers what? What percentages? You got still or sparkling? Sparkling water tastes like bottled depression. I agree. That is where I sit. You know, 99% still. I just want water that tastes like real water. So I'll take all of the sparkling water, thank you. 35% still, 25% sparkles their hearts out. Perfect 50-50 just for fun. 10% sparkling, 90% wrong. Oh my god. Interesting. Who the fuck prefers sparkling? Exactly, Ian. Exactly. Out yourselves, chat room. Oh, there's plenty, you know? There's plenty. So, results are in. 87.8% of people are correct, and 12.2% for whatever reason, like, really sparkling. I don't get it. Like, you can't chug sparkling water. Like, you go for you go outside on a hot day. I was gonna say go for a run. It's like, I don't want to go for a run. If you go outside on a hot day, you can't chug sparkling water. You just can't. You're not gonna be able to quench your thirst in the same way that you can with just regular, you know, still water. It's way more fun than regular water, but okay. It's not, though. Not only is it less fun because it's fizzy without any of the fun, it also, like, tastes more bitter because of the, you know, I don't like fizzy. Overall, I don't like fizzy. Most people don't think of chugging like you do. No, but, like, if you were drinking water, sparkling water is not refreshing at all. I don't taste the bitterness. Even if you did, I don't like the fizzy for that either. But also, you can't chug sparkling water. So it's like, what do you prefer, sparkling or still? I'm never gonna prefer that. The burping is it's awful. It's not. It tastes way nicer when made with rainwater, plain water than tap, but I way prefer still. Fizzy without the fun, I agree. How many said tonic water? Wasn't an option. Your options were still or sparkling. Tonic water is a whole different thing. You know? Whole different thing. So there was like a follow-up question to this, by the way, which was, outside of water, what is your favorite beverage? So taking water off the menu, what would you pick next? You know? I was like, well, we'll see. We'll see what chat likes. Because I'm curious, and I kind of know, but I'm curious, right? I was like, what do you like that's not water? Outside of water, what are we picking? You know? I'm curious. What are we picking? You know, what does chat like? We got a shout out to chat's favorites. People have a favorite beverage outside of water. Yeah, they do. You know, they do. This was free text, but it's okay. This took me a while to sort through the information. So, chat's favorites. We had specifically Coca-Cola vanilla. Big fan. Coffee. Big fan. Matcha, big fan. Regular full sugar Coke, yes. And energy drinks with no description. You guys didn't say which energy drinks, so I just put Monster Energy there, but I don't know. My question is, a bunch of you guys put cola, and a bunch of you guys put Coke, and are they the same thing? Do you mean the same thing? I don't know, because we have Coca-Cola, which to us is Coke, but then you guys also put cola, and I don't know. Are you gonna get mad at me? If I put you all in the same, I didn't know. And so I asked and I got a very unhelpful answer. You know? I was like, great. You know? Yeah, see, we don't even say soda. That's the thing. No one said Pepsi. Actually, no one said Pepsi. But we did get some more detailed answers. You know, obviously. No Pepsi Max. So we had on the list of the majority of answers that people said, which was coffee, tea, unfortunately mocha, but you know, Coke or cola. I put you guys in the same category because I was like, I don't know what the, you know, me who doesn't really drink fizzy drink at all, I don't know. So I'm gonna put you in the same category and just hope that nobody gets too mad at me. Okay? Yeah, no, I don't like it either. I could not figure out in the spreadsheet thing how to make the colors better. It's like you can have monochromatic or this. And I was like, I don't know what to do with this, but this is better than monochromatic, so sure. But this is my lack of ability to use Excel properly. We also had energy drinks, which is a pretty big one. Chalky milk, cream soda, which I don't know if that's our pink, like creaming soda. Or if it's something else, I don't know. There was also a funny answer of a super mild flavored water. What's your return time though, Caleb? Because the chances are I'm gonna be like, I need this in the next like 20 minutes and that's it, you know? Hopefully it's brown creaming, there's brown creaming soda? Oh God, I don't know, I only know the pink one. We also had chilled water, which again, I said not water, but I put it on the slide anyway. Matcha, other. And there was also, other was like a bunch of random shit. Like you guys put so many different things in, right? A cream soda is transparent? Huh? What? The only one I know is like fluoro pink. We also had this answer, was apple must. Non-alcoholic, mashed and processed apples without added sugar, not juice. Sounds like juice to me, but they're like, it's not juice, so I gave them their own category because I was like, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I've never heard of it. I'll just put it, the apples, I don't know. I don't know. But they put it on there, so I was like, you know what? Sure. You know, specifically not juice. I get it, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It was very specific. Yeah, the only cream soda I know is the super pink one. But you know, I just want to know who's eating like mushed apple. And you know what? If you're eating mushed apple, live your best life. There was one person who put apple cider. There was one person who put something else. There's a few other ones. But you know, most of us are drinking coffee, tea, specifically some kind of Coke and or cola, but specifically vanilla Coke, and also very specifically full sugar Coke. I think we had one or two people who said a Coke Zero or stuff like that. But yeah. I was just kind of like, all right, sure, I'm just making a list. I'm making a list because I don't know what to write. I do have a lot of matcha enjoyers in here though, which just makes me very happy. I found my people, you know? So next very fun question, chat, is if you're dropped randomly somewhere in your home city, far away from home, how confident are you that you could make it home with no phone, GPS, etc.? So, do you think if you were dropped somewhere randomly in your city that you'd be able to make it home with no phone, GPS, map, etc.? What slide are we up to? We're up to 85. I'm speeding up. We're fine. Don't worry about it. I would pass away. Yeah, easiest fuck. Easiest on the big here. Home city would be where you're born or you... Whatever you... where you live. Home city, I would assume, is where you've lived majority of your life. But yeah, take me a long fucking time though, because it's a hell of a walk. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean you can't like hitch your rides, but yes. Waking up on Sunday in your 20s, know plenty of people to get back. You know, so I am curious. There were two answers. Either yes, you know how to get home, or B, no, you don't know how to get home. So what do you think the percentages were, chat? I did really enjoy making this picture, so I just want you to appreciate it. No, you're by yourself. No one else is with you. You're by yourself. You can't have a babysitter. You can't delegate, okay? You must also suffer with me, Ara. 80% yes, 20% no. 40-60? 65 yes. Major road than public transport. 69-31. 50-50? Alright. 88, 11.9. So funny. So many of you guys are like, I've got it. I'm part of the not confident group. If I was voting, I'm in here. So many of you guys were like, I can do it. You know, I can do it. Sure, you guys are so good at directions. Unbelievably good at directions. You know, like damn. We've seen. I'm not. Yeah, I know where I belong, and that I don't. How the fuck do I get there? You know, we're screwed because Melbourne. End up at a train station. I'll be right. What was the question? If you were dropped randomly somewhere in your home city far away from home, how confident are you that you could make it home with no phone, GPS, etc.? And chat's gone, yeah, we got this. Yeah, we got this. Turned a 15-minute tram ride into a 2.5-hour round trip. I am really bad at directions. I'm directionally challenged. I'm just not very good at it, okay? You know, I'm just not very good at that. I'm just, you know. It's fine, bitch. Don't worry about it. Pretty sure I'd be stuff, but also take it to major highway. Maybe. Don't believe in the concept of being lost. You can never be lost truly. I disagree. I think I'm lost in all corners of life, not just directions. Confidence myself, yes. Confidence. Well, this is not about me. We already know what group I'm in. Okay, I'm very subtly in the not confident group. Okay, I'm calling someone asking them to pick me up, give me my phone back. You know. No, see, there is an assumption you couldn't just ask someone else for their phone. You know. I have nightmares of the day. I listen to Kate's thought process. I'm sorry, okay? Rich raises an excellent point. I might fall off a cliff. That could be bad. That would be bad. Alright, I would like you to not fall off a cliff. You know? But that's not the question, is it? Exactly. But we have a really fun question coming up. First time driving in Brisbane, I followed my nose correctly to the place I was having to go because the person I was following just left me for dead. Ooh, that sucks. Got enough time in Perth to do it here. Anyone else I've lived since I was 4. The problem with Perth would be that there's such a large area that is considered Perth, that could be quite difficult, right? You put me out east somewhere, I'm kind of fucked. Like north or south, you can be like, oh yeah, all right. But like you end up somewhere out east, it's like, oh, you're kind of fucked, I think. So, you know. You could go left and you'd reach the water. Yeah. I remember when I left my car with enough patience. Oh, I'd lose my car so often in car parks. I literally stand outside my car. Right, I stand outside my car in the car park and I'm like, this is where my car is. I have to like intentionally be like, my car's here. This is where the exit is. Sometimes if it's like a huge car park, I take a photo of like the info, right? You know, like it's like basement level 1, 2, 3, you know, like go to a fucking huge car park and I don't go there very often. I'm like, where the fuck am I? I take a picture because I'm like, you know what? And I used to have to park my car in a really big car park at night. Like a huge car park at night, and often I couldn't find my car. Except the only benefit would be by the time I finally left, usually at midnight or whatever, most people were gone, so I could see my car even if it was far away. Maybe you need air tags. I mean, you know, it doesn't help when it's like, you know, concrete, underground, etc. John, if you were dropped randomly somewhere in Sydney, do you think you'd get home with no phone, no GPS, no map, nothing? It's we're talking about car parking, you know. Say the freeway being chronometer. Yeah, you know, it's fine. Oh, me. No one can see that I have a grid. Solid chance actually. I've driven all over. Okay, I think so. She's gonna stop the math now. Alright, chat, don't worry, we got a new question. John's here for the perfect question! John's here for the perfect question! Yeah! John, what were you... Okay, context of the question is, okay, we're having a school reform. We are changing what I thought was the default, at very least, of learning the recorder in primary school to teach music skills. Instead, we're replacing it with something else. What do you want to replace it with? That's what I wanted to know. I was like, what are we going to replace it with? Some of you guys don't know what a recorder is. It's a funny looking thing. You blow into it, it makes noise. A drum kit? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yes, that's a recorder. Let my daughter choose this one. Exciting. You know, drum kit. So yeah, I asked chat, what would you replace? You spoilers chat. You don't want to spoil your answers, okay? Leave the suspense for a second, all right? First answer I saw was something actually fucking useful for the future. What do you mean? Okay, sure, you're replacing the recorder, but like what with? What's your idea of useful for the future then in terms of music? Like, what do you mean? What are you picking? You can't, you know. So I was, yeah, I know it was you. But also, because I was like, who the fuck wrote this? But also, if you pick something, you know. And so, you know, chat did actually pick some things. So let me read some of these to you. Alif, kids need to learn nifty things. Guitar, piano, easier IMO to leap off from into general music theory. We had some actually like nice, good answers, you know. Keyboard, I wish I knew how to play it so I could play the Severance theme song. Theremin, would sound hilariously bad initially, on par with Recorder, but even fun to play. Those two people watching Severance, okay? You know, I know that. I picked it. Ukulele, mandolins, because ukulele is overrated. Piano or keyboard, I play some string instruments a little bit, but never got the chance to learn the two-hand coordination with keyed instruments. Would be nice if they taught us while we were in school. Voice, I think it'd be more cool for more people to be good at singing. Piano skills are more translatable to other musical instruments. Violin, parents would realize they had it so good with the recorder. You ever heard a young kid play violin for the first time? Torture. I counter that with a oboe. Or a clarinet, but oboe's real bad actually. Ukulele, it doesn't sound heart-crushing when it's badly played. And then the poor person who, you know, never learnt recorder. You know? Next slide, we have drums, because I play the drums. Keyboard with headphones, so I don't have to hear it. Flute. Worst case, it sounds funnier than recorder. Best case, we get more people like the Game Awards flute guy. Okay. Marching drums, so at least most people coming out of school can clap in time with a song. Alright. Ukulele. Cheap, small, not a germ factory. Yeah, fair enough. Orchestral double bass harmonica. Now, I didn't Google it, but I'm just assuming it's like a chunky as fuck harmonica. I don't actually know though. That's just my assumption. Triangle, we need more people without musical talent making it famous. An organetto, squeeze box. It's time these music nerds gain a bit of muscle while playing those tunes. Also, don't know what that is. Keyboard, then press the buttons that symphonize different instruments. That shit is witchcraft to a child. Then also piano, because then I can play a synth. Air guitar, to save everyone's ears in sacrifice of the vases that will likely be knocked over. I don't really understand what's with the vases, aside from, I guess, running around. Maybe. Maybe. I did save what I think are the best answers for a very special slide. Yeah, a very special slide. And I just want to say, based on these answers, I don't want to attend this music class. I don't want to attend this music class, to be completely honest with you. I don't want to be there because we got bagpipes for maximum psychic damage, a sousaphone because the thought of 38-year-olds marching encased in brass was funny, cymbals, I don't have kids so it wouldn't affect me, but I'm choosing chaos, the drums purely just for the fucking mayhem, an M110 203mm 8-inch self-propelled howitzer, which I had to Google, which is a tank. Okay, sure. Triangle, imagine just hearing your kid going ham with it from the other side of the house, and a harp, because I've played enough Hitman to know that the strings make a good weapon. I don't want to be here. This is not a good place to be. Like, it doesn't matter if it's true. You're like, no, we replaced the recorder. What with? Oh, it's a thinly veiled, like murder weapon, you know? And this is your chat answering this. I know, but what? You know? I don't think it was meant in an orchestral way. It was definitely meant in just a give him a tank. Sure, give him a tank. I'm pretty sure it was just meant in like give him a tank, you know? This band's scary. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. You know? Good word streamer. Drums and piano, good choices. Drums over piano for a group because it's easy to get them going. I want this band. Even the tank. I did enjoy putting the pictures together, but still, I was like, god damn. You know, a little scared. Also, I think your budgets are like way too high. You know? Oh, is there one question? There may be one that I need to look it up. Hold on. Hold. I need to look up and answer this question. Hold on. Where is it? There was one or two that didn't make it on here. All right, let me read them to you. Because I don't know why I didn't put them on there. Recorders were picked for their cheapness, accessibility, portability, and hardiness. So following the same brief, naturally I would choose the church organ. Replacing it with lyre harps to create a new generation of bards. And then where was the other one? Hold on. I missed a few. This is what happens when you make a, 200 thing PowerPoint in 2 days. Miguel, thanks so much for giving us up to Membranes. Membranes, welcome back. Enjoy your emotes. Where is it? Here we go. Drums. 1. Teaches kids more hand-eye coordination. 2. More fitness involved. 3. Government-mandated drum practice will require every family to have a house large enough to fit said drum kits, solving the housing crisis. That's the one I wanted to put on here. Great answer. Love that. Love that. I was like, yeah, sure. Don't think that's how it works, but, sure. Great idea, And then on a completely different tangent, a new question, which is, how many hours of sleep a night would you say is perfect for you? I'd like to know. Pragmatic, I'm impressed, right? Communal drum kit? Yeah, I think that would very much be the answer. You only get to use it, in class. How many hours of sleep would you say is perfect for you? The options I gave you were 0, 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, and 10 plus. It was an option, Raph. It was an option. No, as far as I'm aware, nobody picked it. But I assume you were more rational about it. What category do you think was the highest, chat? Of 0, 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 plus. You say what is perfect for you? Not necessarily how much you get, but what would be perfect for you? If you could, get it. So yeah, which one do you think is going to be the biggest category? Is my question. Mesny is ours. 3 to 4 is wild. That's not a lot of sleep. Really not a lot of sleep. 24 wasn't an option. 8 to 10 is perfect. Chat actually gets 4 to 6, which was 6 to 8, but I'm definitely 8 to 10. Hello, Warded. How's it going? Alright. Oh, I pressed that in chat, didn't I? Good job, Brain. Here we go. Bam. The biggest category was 6 to 8, which I guess, that sounds right. I would prefer 8 to 10, What percentage of your chat is employed? Couldn't tell you. Wasn't a question on the survey, Couldn't tell you. I can't tell you that 88% of them can swim. Does that help? Which is higher than average, but we got a lot of Australians in here, so that makes sense. See, nothing in 1 to 3. No one voted 0 or 1 to 3. A large percentage of you did vote 3 to 5, though, which does concern me. Little concerning. Most people voted 6 to 8. 8 to 10 is where I would be. And then a few people voted 10 plus. Hold on, I can't actually see what number it is on that. 4.7% voted over 10. Is their perfect amount of sleep. Which is interesting. The 3 to 5 is a lot. The 3 to 5 is a lot. Yeah. Over 10. Yeah, I feel like over 10 I would feel worse than if I'd gotten 8 to 10. 8, 9 hours? Great. Congratulations, chat. You are the winner! The winner of what, you ask? If you had more money than you could ever need, would you still work? Not necessarily in what you are currently doing. Yeah? This is the next question. If you had more money than you could ever need, would you still work? And if yes, doing what you're doing, not what you're doing, what would you do? And look, I gave you guys context this time. There you go. I gave you guys a bit of context for this. Wait, I need to see the comment about being put in a coma. Hold on, what did I miss? If I could be put in a short coma for a few days, I'd feel more caught up. I think the thing is like you can never truly catch up, right? You're always going to be a little bit behind. And if you do catch up, you just feel shit for it, right? So we had a few answers for this, which was, also congratulations, you win. Oh, actually, I gotta do the first part of the question. Whoopsies. So, how many people do you think said I'd keep working? Yeah? And how many people, this was a yes and no question. This one was, right? Yes and no question. How many people do you think would keep working? And how many people who like, absolutely the fuck not? That's the one you guys get to guess. 40% keep working? 70% keep working? Is that check binding? No. Clearly not. Clearly not. 65 keep working? 69%? The fuck not? Alright. Half your chat's unemployed, so that kind of keep working. Or is it keep doing whatever your, you know, full-time thing? Do you want to get paid work or volunteer? It's what counts as work to you. You know? In which chat said, about 50-50. To be completely honest with you, pretty close to 50-50 yes and no. Which makes sense, I feel. You know? It makes sense. It's not signed either. Guys, do you think I have any money? Again, I'm begging for a PTO fund. I got nothing for you. I don't have a bajillion dollars, all right? But yeah, you guys are like pretty 50-50. You're like, yeah. You know, because you didn't have to keep working in what you were currently doing, right? You're like 50-50. So I did a follow-up question to this one, right? I had a follow-up question because I was like, you know what? I got to ask a little bit more, right? So if your answer to the previous question was no, what are you going to spend your time doing? If it was yes, is there a different job you do, or would you do the same thing? Like, would you just keep working? Would you do something different? You know, what's you gonna do? Now, the problem with this one is it was kind of hard to figure out what you guys were saying. So I've grouped them on what I thought was a yes and no answer, but like vaguely here are the answers. Money!
Towards
Woo!
your paid lunch break.
Woo! Thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. Woo! Money! Thank you. Greatly appreciated. For the people who said yes, they would work still, I think. Based on answers, okay? Which was a lot was yeah, probably it's still the same job, just like less of it, right? Just a little bit less of it, you know, same job, a little less. You know, same thing, God knows doesn't pay me anyway. Keep filmmaking without financial stress, sounds great. Same thing I'm doing, but like less pressure. I want to know, I would go into retail and not give a fuck is so funny to me. Like, someone is there for the drama. They must thrive on stress. They're like, I'm going to go into retail and be like the worst fucking person. I'm here for it. I'm here for that. That sounds hilarious. Like, you just go into retail, you just do whatever the fuck you want. That's so funny. You know? It's so funny. I like ones I drive trains. I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. Different job, more in line with my values and overall philosophy, preferably in the sustainability, I can't word anymore. Sustainability sector. Nice, love that. Something similar, but not so career-driven, part-time was a lot of it. After traveling the world, I'll do some of the same job, but also change job, because why not? Study archaeology, sounds fun. Keep working in a supermarket, it's very social, I contribute to my community in a reasonable and positive way. Nice. Train driving is not great. Don't crush their dream, Magilla. Don't crush their dream. Maybe they want to, you know, drive the like old-timey trains in the middle of nowhere somewhere, you know? Maybe. Housing the unhoused, I also thought was kind of lovely. They should team up with a drum kit guy. Oh. I don't know how to see that probably, but thank you, Panda. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will, you know, I will see where that shows up later because I don't actually know. But thank you very much, Panda. Appreciate it. Why did it double? I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask. I don't know. I did like I'd become nocturnal and open up a business that runs overnight so other nocturnal idiots can do shit during the night. Nice. I like that. Oh, ouch, Keza. Ouch. Ouch. Great thing about having a bajillion dollars, nothing stopping you from moving on from the trains. Exactly. Exactly. We also, what was the other one? Yes and no. I wouldn't work for a company for a 9 to 7 job. 9 to 7? What happened to the 9 to 5, 8 to 4? 8 to 4? 9 to 7? Who's working for 9 to 7? That's what where's that come from? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's way too long. I spend my time, working on personal projects or goodwill projects without worrying about making money. 9 to 7 is too long. You know? 9 p.m., 7 a.m.? Surely not. Surely not. Also, I always think our version is our version 8 to 4 because of the time difference? Like, have I always thought it is 8 to 4? Everyone else says 9 to 5. Are we 8 to 4 because of Perth? Like, have I been Perthed in my brain? Is that why I always think it's 8 to 4 and everyone else says 9 to 5? Is it the time zone difference? Or does everyone else also do 8 to 4 and I'm just losing it? Because everyone I know says 9 to 5. And I was like, hold on a moment. Is it because of the time zone difference? Is that why? Because I've always known, oh, the workday is 8 to 4. The workday is 8 to 4. And everyone else says 9 to 5. 9 to 5 because of Dudley Parton. I'll take that. But, you know, cultural, maybe? Some people 8 to 4 because they like finishing at 5. Definitely time zone. I feel like it must be time zone related, right? Maybe? People who do 7 to 3? 8 to 4 in Melbourne, the fuck it is. Because everyone says 9 to 5. And I was like, hold on, everything I've always known is 8 to 4. Anyway, thought that was amusing. And then we had the second subset of people, by the way. Which is, what else are you guys going to do with all that free time you suddenly have? And the answer was, anything I want. Travel the world all the time. Do whatever I like. Maybe some blacksmithing. Assuming I'd also get energy making custom clothes. Fun, you know. Very fun. I like the making stained glass window thingies and enjoying solitude in a snowy cabin. Yet again, you have the opportunity to have a bunch of money and chat's like retreating away from the world to a mountain somewhere. Actually enjoying life, traveling, exploring hobbies, researching wildlife, literally anything other than work. Home automation projects, 3D printing, would make silly YouTube videos about music. Very cute. Gaming, sleeping, Twitch, rock climbing, maybe even be social. And we know now that's a rare one. Going to bed. No, Sin! Sin, did you charge your power bank? You should stay. You should stay. Writing is your... Yeah, I know. But it was hard to group people into categories, okay? You know? All the things I enjoy doing now. Gaming, Lego, Gunpla, shows, movies, traveling. Never be cooking, because I would hire a personal chef. Going to bed to watch stream. Okay, good. I was like, you want to stay. Just a little longer. Either photographer or open a cafe bookshop, could run the loss for all I care. No way I do the same job. I do something that isn't stressful. A lawn maintenance guy? Lawn maintenance guy. And writing fiction, which I guess for some people I guess is more of a hobby than a job. But I don't know, it's just kind of like... The thing I would worry about if I didn't have a job, I think I would get so bored. Also, we do have another thing. Schoolgirl person. What? I'm here in my big business suit. I'm not a... What? What do you mean? What do you mean? This is big business. This is the Q1 survey review. What do you mean, school? You're in the wrong meeting. All right? You're in the wrong meeting. Straight to HR. All right? With that comment, straight to HR. Enough of that. All right? We've plenty of nocturnal. The amount of time, what's it called? The amount of time people come to chat. And it's like, oh, it's like 4 a.m. And I'm like, oh. Damn. You know, what are we up to? What chat would do if they had a bunch of money and they didn't have to work, if they would work or not work, and then if they weren't working, what would they do? So we also had a few more, which was inventing, making stuff, running a cafe, traveling, writing, art, games, crafting, rescuing dogs, eating food. What side am I on? 106. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Fine art, probably listen watch a lot of Twitch, play games, key out TV shows I want to watch. I did like the competing in hobby horse competitions. It's fine. We're doing fine. I'm speeding up a little. It's fine. Don't worry about it. At least 2, maybe 3. But yeah, I was like, hobby horse? Hobby horse competition? You are nocturnal, I think. But you also do the day I don't know how you function, John. I don't know how you function. I'm worried about it because I'm eepy. I'm doing my best, okay? We're only at the 3-hour 52 mark, okay? Have a coffee. Have a coffee. Not eating dog food. No, eating food, rescuing dogs. Not eating dog food, okay? Again, I don't have the context of what they're doing. I don't know. They just put fine art. They didn't put appreciating fine art. They didn't put making fine art. They just put fine art. And so I'm like, well, what else are you doing? That, apparently. I don't know if they're making it, looking at it, selling it. I don't know. Coffee this late. Well, you know, you want to stay up. So now it's the personal attack for chat section. It's a treat. More than before. Over the last week, what was your phone screen time usage? Ooh, what was your screen time usage? So I was like, you know what? I'm intrigued. I asked chat this question pretty regularly, so I kind of knew how you guys were gonna go. But I was still curious, you know? I was still curious. And so I asked chat how they felt, and chat said, fuck off. Don't ask me that. Who knows? That's rude. Unsure a lot. And also, I've had it off since COVID. But I don't know if that means they've had their phone off since COVID. Like, do they put their phone in a box and they're like, you know what? I'm just not doing... Like, you know... I don't know. 5 years of phone off is wild. There's no... That's what I thought. The question was, what's your screen time usage? You know? And they've said, I've had it off since COVID. So I'm assuming maybe they're like, I don't look at my screen time. That doesn't mean you're not on your phone though. So that doesn't affect the question. Like, what do you mean? I don't care if you have the actual thing, right? I want to know how long you're on your phone for. Like, estimate it if you have to. You don't have to have an actual app. Anyway. But that's fine. So I was like, okay, chat, how long are you spending on your phone? I want to know. I'm curious. And we had a lot of answers, but because I didn't ask you guys in a math way, I couldn't make a spreadsheet answer. So I'm just going to read them to you because I couldn't average them. I wasn't doing it. I couldn't average them. You guys wrote too many words. I gave up. Okay. So we got 32 hours, 4.5 on average per day, 7 hours a day because I watch YouTube while I work, 43 hours and 19 minutes over the last 7 days. 18 hours, 28 hours, 7 hours, 25 minutes. Just shy of 7 hours a day. 7 hours daily, but there's a cyclone, you know, topical. Like 12.5 hours a day, but also that counts when I'm lurking a stream. It's not common for me to fall asleep with Twitch open at least once a week. 16 hours, 51 minutes, 48 minutes, 7 hours and 53 minutes daily average screen time. Don't worry, there's more. 12? Don't know. 12 what? Don't know. I'm just going to assume hours. 3 hours, 58 minutes average per day. 15 hours, 36, 35 hours, 25 hours. Monday to now, Friday evening, 4.5 hours. If we want a full week, last week was 5.5. Less than 5 hours, 7 hours, an hour a day. 5 hours a day, 5 hours, 20 minutes daily average. 12 hours, 23 minutes. I'm in a mobile game addiction phase. 49 minutes, 38 hours, 4 hours a day. 13 hours, 6 minutes, 22 hours, 20 minutes, 3 hours, 11 minutes average per day. Very little on phone, 13 hours on iPad. 30 to 4 hours, I read. They're flexing on us. They read. 4 hours, 29 minutes average per day. 13 hours, not much of a phone person. Not recorded, probably. I was like, well, okay. Cool. Thanks, guys. Don't worry. The few of you that escaped the judgment, you know, the self-judgment of having to look this up, I was like, you know what? I can't just get the people who use their phones, you know? Probably. And then a number. Maybe. I did my best. So I was like, you know what, chat? I got more questions for you. You weren't feeling personally attacked enough. I also found this picture very funny. If you weren't feeling personal attacked enough by the first question, I was like, okay, well now what's your PC screen time? Like, okay, I get that you okay, maybe you don't use your phone that much, but what's the computer screen time like? Because, you know, you only got 48 minutes on the phone. All right. What's the PC screen time? Come on. Apparently my GeForce Game Ready driver is available. Fuck off. I was like, I gotta know. And yet again, I got less than my phone time. That's more rude. Bruh, what the fuck? Limit doesn't exist. How dare you? This is a personal attack. Every waking second, genuinely, both my work and hobbies involve screens. Extremely high, but for once it was because of work and not games. Reverse 0, I've neglected my PC for a while now. I did like that I'm a human device connected to it via a USB cable. Does the answer multiply based on the number of screens? If it does, a monstrous amount. Though I could cut some time by not watching your stream, and my answer to that is, no, that's fine. Just keep going. It's all good. As a Mac user, they tell me this weekly, and I refuse to acknowledge it. It's fine. It's fine. So then we got the actual answers was 3 hours a day, 160 hours in a week, minus 7 hours of sleep for 7 days, minus the screen time on my phone, 76 hours, maybe a few hours off of that. I was like, I did like the reverse engineering of the maths there. So 16 hours, 70 hours estimate including work, at least 50. Too much, probably 12 plus a day, but I also work on my computer a lot. Probably only an average of like an hour or 2 per day. I still use my phone way more than laptop, probably over 100 hours. Probably only like 4, 86-ish. Based on 7 hours sleep a night, probably close to 90 hours. 10, probably like 60. I work on a PC. Don't attack me like this. I guess 13 hours a day, 7 days a week, roughly midday to 1, 2 a.m., 80 plus. Extremely high, but for once it was because, okay, yep, same question. Probably about 40. The limit does not exist. Probably 10 hours minimum a day. Across work and personal, 12 plus hours. 18-hour daily average, about 42 to get 6 hours a day. 105 hours maybe, 60, also 4. About 1 million, 60 hours, maybe 40, 27 plus. 90 maybe for a normal week, 3 probably over 90, 50, 60, 20 home, 34 hours work. I do like the separation between home and work. This is PC screen time, and the answer was you guys are on the computer a lot, which, you know what, it's fine. I was just curious, and you guys all took it as a personal attack, which I also found greatly amusing, because chat, I would like to point out that these are the stages of grief. You've got denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And I do think that you guys are here. A little bit of denial and a little angry at me for this one. Just thought I'd point that out. Wasn't trying to attack you, and hence you guys were all kind of either in denial or relatively angry at me. I'm sorry. Okay. You know, have we made this? We're at 120 megs. We're at 120, but the good shit is still to come. Okay. Streamer said, oh, 100%. 100% I'm a hypocrite. Don't worry, we got some good shit still. The last few questions are the best. Well, one of them is. I did a good job. 16 hours a day as long as I'm awake. So the fact I spent over 100 hours on my PC, but how dare you? You know, it's alright. How dare I, you know, back into the anger. So I got another question for you, which was, do you use swipe text? Do you use swipe text, chat? Little like, woo, you know? Do you use it? Do you not use it? Swipe text is when you're on your phone and you have the on-screen keyboard and you drag your finger around to write a word. Instead of tapping, tap, 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 you like drag your finger around to write a word. It is very fast. Every time I use it, I'm like, wow, that's so fast. I should use it more often. And then I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'll use it if I have one hand and I'm trying to write stuff and I'm like, that's pretty good. But most of the time I don't use it. But I use it sometimes, you know? But yeah, sometimes if I got one hand, I'll use the swipe text. You know, swipe text, I don't know what that means, Nando. It's when you take your finger on the virtual keyboard and you go, and you write a word by like dragging your finger around, okay? I like it, but some of the sentences I create are definitely not English. That's fair enough. And if so, do you think more people use swipe text or more people don't use swipe text? Do you think we have more people who use it or not? I'm 2 thumbs bashing the screen. Yeah, most of the time, yes. But on occasion, I do use swipe text. You know? I want to know. Based on chat reaction, most people don't. Swipe text feels so clumsy. Based on reaction, swipe is a no. Going on chat reactions? When it works, it's so fast when I have to write the word 4 times. Yeah. Well, you are correct. Most people don't use swipe text. I'm touchscreen illiterate. I didn't know this thing. It's great. It is actually really fast. It's just sometimes inaccurate. But often you can like tap back and like fix the word. Just letting you know. But yeah, most of you guys don't. Most of you guys don't use it. Some of you do, but most don't. Yeah. Android swipe is better than iPhone. I think a lot of swipers. Yeah, it is fast. I agree, Rap. It is fast. Autocorrect already hates me. Yeah, look, I feel that. What your swipe text is doing with a little extra time. Running nocturnal cafes. 31% iPhone users as well. Is it just shit on Android, Ian? Is that why you're saying that? I have an iPhone and I occasionally use swipe text and it's fine. Is it shit on Android? I like a grandma with smartphones specifically. They're bloody awful. I just thought it was funny. But you can be like the grandma in the picture. She's doing great. She's even holding the phone up the right way. Like, the swipe text is good. Swipe on Android? Yeah, okay, you just don't want to. That's just fair. Oh my god, it's my favorite question, chat. Oh god, are you ready? Are you ready, chat? We're doing fine for time, I think. Probably. This is my favorite question. Look, I even added in sparkly animations for you. We're gonna love trolley problems. So chat, I think at least half of you need help, okay? I think a lot of you need help. And also, you probably didn't expect what I was going to do with your answers. So I hope you're ready. You can don't hold your horses. Maybe strap them into the car for this one. I really want to change my answer on this because it's too deranged. It's too bad, Jordash. It's too bad. I'm concerned. After doing what I did for these questions, I'm concerned. So, the original question was, You're in what seems to be a classic trolley problem, but the guy tied on the track by himself says you're also stuck in a time loop, and that every time the trolley kills him, the time loop resets to the start of this trolley problem. He says that he has already died over a dozen times, and the only way you could escape the time loop is by letting the 5 people on the other track die. He could be telling the truth, or he could be lying to save himself. What do you do? What do you do? Chat? And so I asked the chat, what do you do? And this is what chat said. And I'm slightly concerned. Blow up the train. Didn't know that was an option. But, okay. We're blowing up the train. Alright, yep, cool. I think we go back, but like, you know, blow up the train. You know? Fuck it. So I do it over and over again, sounds like an asshole. This can be his purgatory. Next answer was, if I'm not cognizant of the time loop happening, then it's hardly going to torture me, is it? Have fun dying a 13th time, dickhead. Okay. Okay then. Jeez. Alright. Okay. Sure. This guy could just be a random guy. Maybe he's done nothing wrong, you know? The person doesn't put trolleys back at the supermarket. I don't know. I was just like, okay. He's probably fine, is he? I don't know. I don't know, putting me first, how dare you? He wants to get back to his wife and 2.4 kids. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't know. But damn, I was like, all right, you've only just met this guy, but sure. The next one was, I'm pulling the lever on that liar. Okay. Jeez. All right. Sure. Okay. Aggressive. If he's done nothing wrong, why is he tied to a train track? I don't know. But I was like, damn, all right. Fuck. They pull the lever then. Get him. You know, maybe he is lying. Maybe it's not a time loop, you know? And the next one is pull the lever, Kronk. Excellent. Love that. Great reference. Love that a whole bunch, you know? Great. Love it. The next one was drift the trolley and kill them all and yell, what happened, Mr. Drifter? What the fuck, chat? What? You're just gonna kill all of them? You're gonna kill all of them? Why? Why? You're just like, you know what? We'll get all of them. I've got this, guys. I've got this. Okay? We're taking them out. Don't worry. Equal opportunity. Okay? Sure. But I was like, God damn, man. It's not what I expected for the answers. Okay? I was like, okay. Damn. All right. We'll take both of them. Ugh. You know? It's a time loop. Why not have fun? I mean, I guess. I don't know what happens if you manage to take out all of them. I couldn't tell you. You know? God damn. And next we had letting the guy by himself die because I hate liars. And if he isn't lying, then he had it coming for trying to influence my impeccable judgment. We can try again on the next time cycle. I was like, oh, okay. You know, sure. All right, yep. You're like, you know what? I don't believe it. He can try again next time, though. He can try again next time, and maybe that time he'll win you over. All right, yeah, okay, sure. You know, reviewing the survey's responses, some of the responses get flagged in their system. I don't know. Is the trolley problem a roguelike or roguelite? I don't know. Oh, God, I don't know. If this guy has had time to explain what happened in previous time loops, he's got enough time to ask me something only I would know. After over a dozen times, he should be able to prove that the time loop exists. Until then, sticking with the one guy. You're like, you must prove to me we're in a time loop, okay? Otherwise, you know, you're not passing. You're not passing. I don't believe you. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Fair. Yeah, okay, sure. Next, if you can remember that we're in a time loop, why can't I? Yeah? Valid? Valid? Maybe next time you'll remember? Maybe? Yeah? Walk away. You've had enough. You don't want anything to do with this. I've had enough. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Good luck. See you later. I would say time loops are not real. But let's say it was real. It seems like my memory is also erased every time. Sorry, reset button guy, you're gonna die infinite times. I was like, oof. Well, fair enough. You know, fair enough. You assume they're gonna reset as well, not live with the consequences of your actions. He might be telling the truth and you all get to live with your choices via branching timelines. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Ask him the name of my first cat. If he doesn't know the answer, then he is likely lying, as in all timelines where I was given this problem, I would have already asked this question before. If he isn't lying, or this is the first time I've asked this question, it will resolve in the next time loop and he would know the answer. You guys really thought it through. You guys were like, I've figured it out. You know, he'll have to learn the secret code and then I'll free him. You know? We'll learn the secret code. Someone's on the same brain. They're like, you know what? I agree. Secret code word, okay? And that's gonna work fine. You know, good reasoning. Can't be hidden from this community. He could be telling the truth or lying. I'm still gonna pull the lever to spare the 5, just in case. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. You know, sorry. Once you spare him, he's gonna get into your bank account. I don't know, maybe. Sorry, champ. Not sorry. Yeah. Kill him another 12 times. Damn. All right. Like, another 12 times? He's up to at least 24 now. I was like, okay. Again. I'll have you know I made all of these, by the way. You know, this is what I spent most of my day doing. I made all of these. You just fucking run them over and over again. I was like, god damn. You know? They're beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate my hard work, you know? I pulled the lever. If we were in a time loop and he remembered it, surely I would also remember. Yep. Surely you would also remember. Yep. Of course. Yep. 100% perfect. Perfect logic. The question is, do you trust him? And the general vibes of chat say no. I would say the general vibes of chat is we do not trust him. We don't. We definitely don't trust the guy, and if that is the answer, they're pulling the lever. Well, that was what they put. That's their answer. And the question is, do you trust him? And I have a feeling that means no. The next one is kill the one guy. If he's telling the truth, I'll either be stuck here forever or eventually make a different choice. A lot of like belief that future you won't make the same choice. You know. You know. Only Kate process maniacs. What's your answer? Oh, this is not part of this, okay? Not part of this. Who said I want to escape the time loop? They're happy. They're fine. They're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good here. They're on the path of the other guy who said I want to kill him 12 times. They're like, you know what? I'm doing pretty good over here. You know? Pull the lever until the end of time. Alright, guess have fun with that. They're just gonna be there forever until the end of time. That's where they're gonna be. That's their life now. You know, that's fine. That's just how it is. Time loop equal infinite life until the heat death of the universe, I guess, right? I don't know. Maybe it'll end up being like Outer Wilds. It'll blow up eventually. Maybe. Single guy. I don't know why he had to be single, but you know. Rip that guy. Sucks to be you, I guess. Unfortunate. Bad times. You know, hello Red, how's it going? If you're on a time loop, would the universe ever end? Maybe, don't know. Don't ask me that question, I don't have the answer. Because no one will miss him. The other 5 are married? Oof. I think if life's all that good, if it's traumatic the whole time. Yeah. Don't know. Single and stuck in a time loop. Oh no. What if the time loop is just the creation of different timelines you continue on after he's destined to die over and over and over again? Kill the one dude. I can't solve time paradoxes. They really said, you know what? This is above my pay grade. It's not my job. I'm gonna pull the lever and leave. Again, pull the lever, Kronk. Again, someone, same meme brain. Wonderful. Great answer. You know? Two of you got the same brain. I wouldn't touch the lever. If I don't do anything, it's not my fault 5 people die. And if that takes me out of the time loop, well, that's a bonus. Alright. Fair enough. So I'm just gonna do nothing. I'll just let it go. You know? Sure. Okay. Okay, it's a crazy one for when chat the scenario. Not ask for killing one guy over 5. No, I don't think so. Just wait. You wait. Says bro, you dying. The different replies to this are great, by the way. I did greatly enjoy the different reactions. Very, very good. Very good. Apathy is a conscious action. It's not a moral pass. Inaction is a form of action. Look, I agree. They ordered it in any sort of way. Vaguely, when you answered, I think, I don't know, whatever the Google thingy list gave me. Next one's great. Lay down next to them because it's most likely a dream, and if it is indeed a time loop, we'll both reset and make a more educated decision. Like a more educated decision can be made afterwards. Okay. You know, it's just, you know, I'm just gonna lay down and we'll figure it out later. Sure. All right, we'll lie down. He's like, we're just good guys. I'm just having a nap. I'm just having a rest. It's all good. You know, it's all good. I'm just gonna have a nap and everything will work out just fine. You know? Okay, sure. No thoughts, only trolley. The solo guy obviously deserves it, which is why the time loop is in effect. So this person's like, you know what? There's no way this guy would be here if he wasn't terrible. So clearly he deserves it, and that's why it's happening. So off it goes. You know? Off it goes. Kill him once, and if he's telling the truth, run the others over. You know? It's really, you know, it's just not looking good for, old mate, is it? It's just not looking good. They're always like, maybe next time. Maybe next time. You know? It'll be fine. Killing one person infinitely over and over again sounds like a great time. Looks a little concerned on that one. Yay! Okay. Great. Glad you're on board. Wonderful. He's having a great fucking time. You know? Who was that? I don't know. He's having a great time. They're loving that. Murder, woo! You know? Yeah, he's like, fuck, I'm set here. Excellent. You know? Still kill the solo dude. I ain't a sicko that will condemn 5 people to death. Luigi said, no, not doing that. Not doing that. Not doing that. Okay. I mean, you're still killing one guy, but I guess that's not as bad as 5, right? So what's worse than 5? Let the train go straight and murder the guy on his own, just in case. All right, sure, okay. All of them then? Okay, sure. You know what? Fine, I guess that's enough. Don't ask me where he got the knife from. But okay, sure, chat. Just kill all of them. Okay. I guess you can do that. That's fine. You could do whatever you want. You know? For the record, that was not my answer in the quiz. Sure, yep. Sure. Okay. A couple of you guys need to... this is what I was telling you, chat. Some of your answers to these questions were a time. I appreciate your artistic effort. Thank you. I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad someone's appreciating it. I worked very hard on these. Never be alone with some of these people. It's just a little concerned, you know. Bomb the trolley. Yeah, again. Where are you getting the bombs from? Where are you getting them from? I don't remember you guys having a bomb. You know, like, I don't know where you're getting it from. But sure, you know, you make what you want happen. Okay? Sure. Okay. That's fine. You have enough... No! Don't think you had them there. Not in enough time, at least, right? Not in enough time? Hey, no worries. Thanks for hanging out, Blue. Thank you. Hope you're well. Stay well. Have a good time. Evaluate your life choices if you end up tied to a railroad track. With any of chat involved, yes. Ask him if he knows a secret about me. If he knows the answer, 5 die. If he doesn't, I tell him the secret and then kill him. Okay. Sure. Oh, see, this is like a combination of the two, right? Like the secret thing and then also still a bit of murder, you know? Right? Like secret thing and then also a bit of murder. Thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Is Stream Elements broken again? Yeah. Is Stream Elements broken again? Is that why it's not doing anything? Yeah. Damn it. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Thank you. I appreciate it. Next. Still walking away. Which again is an action. It does, you know, this still is a thing. You're still leaving? You know, okay. See you later. See you on the next loop. Yeah. Well, you're this guy. You're like, I'm just gonna go find something to eat. I'm out of here, I'm bored. Sorry guy, we're going again. Very few times have we ever chosen to actually believe this guy. I feel like you should know, like, none of you guys are believing, you know? You're like, nah, not having it. Tell the lonesome guy a personal fact to repeat to me in the next loop. Don't pull the lever. If it loops back and he tells my next self this, pull the lever and free the guy from the time loop. You guys all have like the same brain idea, hey? Right? You have to pull the lever. How about free single guy and send lever his way? You know. Well, you don't have to. You can just leave it, right? Or untie them? I don't think that's gonna go very well. I don't think you've got enough time for that. Very sorry. I don't see that going very well. But nice try. It's a great thought. But I just don't think that's gonna work out for you. I just you know. Well, it says untie them. So I assumed the 5, but even then, I don't think you'd have enough time for any of it, really. You know? But I don't know who that is, Sukai. So what does that mean for me? I don't know who it is. No, whatever. I'm like, I don't know who that is. That doesn't help. Do we like the single person? You guys don't like the single person. You don't trust him and you murder him. I knew you would. I don't know who that is. That doesn't help me. You know? What? I'm being bullied. Pull the lever. Time loops sound like fun. Again, same as the other guy. Having too much fun. All right? Having way too much fun. All right? Like, it's the fastest man alive. And? Kick him. I like this one. I was like, you know what? Yeah. Go on. That sounds like a great use of your time. He'll remember it. Like, keep this in mind. He'll probably remember it, right? Like if you free him and this is the result, he's gonna remember. Like, he's taking this with him. Like, anyway, it was a very funny answer though. I was like, you know what? Yeah, go on. Have a good time with that one. Give him a good kick. See what happens. Just ignore the other guys getting run over. I'm sure they're fine. Maybe. Maybe. Potentially fine. Send the trolley into him. Hope for the best. Keep your fingers crossed for old mate. Maybe see what happens. Not really sure, you know. 100% mortality rate rather than choosing 5, 6, or one of the 6. Can you stop spamming emotes? With, like, no context? Please? A little treat for the streamer. Stop doing that. Move the one guy with the other 5 and then not pull the lever? I don't think so. You just don't have that much time, you know? Run him over, I guess. What's he got to lose? Another death? 10. Stop it. Actually, think about the way this is set up. You'd probably have time to get one guy untied. Just need to go slow enough to make the turn. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, you're annoying. Get out of here. Alright, whatever. He's already suspicious either. Move in the front of the queue. We break the time limit by taking action and use him as a ramp. Ramp? I don't think you'll be able to get enough speed for that. You know? Sacrifice the one guy. Solid answer. Now, I think this is probably the answer, which made me the most concerned, chat. Of all of them, especially because I had already at this point committed to illustrating chat's suggestions. So we had set it to his side, then run him over to help him. But in doing so, you're only able to drag half of his ass off the track. The trolley ends up clearly severing his ankles. He's still alive. So the day wouldn't be able to reset, but he can't really get revenge on you by chasing you down.
But you listen.
So, but glad the alert could catch up. But I just want you to process, you know, it's, you know? And then this I think is a good representation of how I feel after committing to drawing these. I made this, I mean, I assembled the picture. I didn't write the prompt here. I took the prompt off the internet and then asked chat what they would do, and then I drew the funny pictures. But also, what the fuck? That's good, because wait, maybe... I feel like you should come in quickly if he's telling the truth, otherwise he loses his feet as calm. It says cleanly. However, how cleanly can this kind of train thing really go? You know? Like... I don't... Well, the thing is, even if you cleanly chop off his ankles, you've still chopped his fucking ankles off, chat. Like you're still bleeding out dramatically. It's not like they get cauterized, right? Like, you know. You know. You know what I mean? I'm not disagreeing. It's coming off. However, you're still bleeding out, right? But speaking of cauterized, hey, it's Ian. How are you guys feeling? You know, how you guys, you know how I asked you at the start of stream on like a scale of 1 to 10? How are you feeling? How are we feeling? How's it going? You know? How are we feeling? 7, 0? I have to watch the VOD. Oh, the VOD will be good. You know, we're unified in our trolley problem answers. I don't think anyone was like, yeah, I'm going to save the guy, and I totally believe him, and it's going to be great. Need another tequila shot, like, what I filled in my answers. I'm feeling fine with both of my ankles intact outside of a time loop. Yeah, lucky you. Lucky you. But I did actually ask this question to you guys after you had, you know, after you'd filled them in. Betrayed by how insane you made me look, put me right at the... I don't know what you're about. I don't know what you're about. So I asked, yeah, how are you guys feeling after filling out the survey? And the first one was righteous about killing the liar. Okay. Hey, no worries, Rafu. Rest well. Rest well. Accomplished, a bit peckish, tired, eepy, sleepy. I've had too many matches. I'm hungry. I could go for an ergo tea. I'm slightly dehydrated. I'm questioning reality. I'm in physical pain. Quote 1804. Alive. Depresso patronum. Self-conscious about my utensil preference. Thirsty, but I'm fasting. Okay, if you end up in a time paradox, don't tie me to the rails, please and thank you. Bit bloated. Tired, headache, hungry. Significantly whelmed. Brain exploding. Whelmed. Simply jubilant. Great word. Enjoying a little cake. Quote. I have questions, pretty good, but that could be the tequila shot. Sad it's over, glad it happened. Pretty darn good, a little congested. Procrastinating on work. I have 2 hours before my meeting to do a week's worth of work. Wish me luck. I hope that got done. I'm feeling this. I farted. Hot and bothered. I just put my washing back in and put fresh sheets on the bed. The absolute worst thing anyone had to do. And I was like, alright, yeah, cool. Thank you for participating. Woo! Woo! Thank you for participating! Woo! And then I have some final funny notes that you guys wrote for me at the end, because I was like, any final thoughts from the survey enjoyers? I was like, okay, I'm curious. Any final little notes you guys want to leave me at the end? So we love our streamer. And I was thinking of this in like the Madeline theme tune, which is like, we love our bread, we love our butter, but most of all, we love each other, except it's like, it's me. And I'm like, oh, thanks guys, that's cute. The shareholders are most pleased by the return on investment. Took us 4 goes to correctly count the number of doors in our house, and I'm sorry for any you know, strain on anyone's life that the doors question may have caused. I was going to type the Final Fantasy 14 password here, but I forgot which one I typed in your chat, and I almost typed the new one. It was a funny little survey, and I welcome more, waiting for chat to find things to be really technical on. Been a blast, most enjoyable, C#. Looking forward to the next one. You smell, instructions unclear, you're a dweeb, but are dweeb. Was a lot of fun, good mix of questions. You're an absolute bitch of a lizard. You would definitely be a thief if you were a medieval peasant. Yeah, okay, probably. Cute and fun. Please do more. Maybe. Sin being toxic to me, because I'm pretty sure that's Sin. No. Why are we doing a quarterly review? Is this an AGM? Are you publicly listed? Can I buy shares? Why am I here if I'm not a shareholder? Give me my damn dividends. What are we even reviewing? Nothing has been reviewed. This review sucks. Surveys in the breakdown stream, very entertaining. Thank you. I missed 15 minutes of stream to fill this out. I should have done it after stream. 10 out of 10. Next time, can we add an MS Paint drawing submission question? I don't know if I can trust you guys to participate in the audience participation bit. You know how I'm like, hey, chat, do you want to participate? And you guys are like, I can't be bothered. You can't ask for more things but not do the things. You know what I mean? Could use a segment where you draw a tree. Sorry for my boring fork picture. This one was more painless than the first one, but there should be an option for no onions. I hate onions. What survey? Here's hoping I get at least B+ on this survey. It's a lot of fun. Controversy generated was more fun. You're a lovely big fan. Don't bite me again. The end. Congrats. This is actually the end. The end. We made it. Look, with half an hour to spare. With half an hour to spare. See? We're so fine. It's panic. Yippee! Thank you so much. Okay.
Excellent work on that presentation. Here is your bonus.
Thank you. Whoa! I get 2 bonuses? Oh my god! Okay.
Enjoy Japan.
Oh my
Thank for
god.
survey.
Thank you so much. Thank you for participating.
Like, be gone. Thoughts?
Thank you. I'm not leaving just yet. Almost.
They go
But soon. Good night, Aragon. So everyone who wasn't here for question 1, what do you consider a door? Oh god, thank you so much for the money though. I appreciate it. I will buy myself a little treat. How about far behind is on-screen chat? Not that far behind, right? Mr. Fucker, you're going to Japan. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm very excited. That's why I'm going away for 2 weeks. Going on a little holiday. First little proper holiday in a very, very long time. Did not specify includes. Okay, so for the people who missed the start of the
I want money.
survey.
Do I know what I can
The
do
start.
with money?
I will show you.
No.
Below, please find attached my survey completing fee and contribution to your meal allowance.
Thank you for the $55. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're in the VOD roughly with the survey start. Like an hour and